Welcome, everyone, to Draw Your Swords, an actual play D&D podcast played with comic artists and writers. I am Sandy, the Dungeon Master, and joining me on this adventure are Harry, Holly, and Lily. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
What's up? I'm Harry, spelled like H-A-R-I. You can find me at Harry Draws everywhere on the internet. And I'm playing Emlyn, the halfling rogue.
Hey, I'm Holly, spelled Holley. I'm Holly McKend on Twitter and Holly Doodles on Instagram, and I'm playing Véda, who is a Fire Genasi bard.
Hi, I'm Lily, spelled Lily. I got my crew on Instagram and Twitter with two V's. I'm playing Fig the Furball Druid, and he's a real fun guy.
If we're all ready, we can jump into the first episode and get this party rolling. This TPK on the go, I suppose. if the first adventure told us anything.
It's not even funny because I just feel like it's a real threat.
Yeah.
It's a real threat coming from you.
The first session 0, I died.
I mean,
You didn't die.
I died briefly.
Fell down.
I fell down.
you fell. It's okay.
I fell. It wasn't a good start.
Okay.
We're just all too squishy. We need to hire a meat shield.
Dude.
I definitely feel like, but we're all just like squishy classes. It's not like we're going to get less squishy as time goes on.
I mean,
We need some NPC beef.
nah,
We can
not in this
hire
campaign. Not in this campaign. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, 'cause it's going to go really easy on us, right? Really easy.
Because we're really shit.
I've gone easier than I normally would have. So, after a few days of travel through the Emmerwick forest, you enter the lush rolling hills within the valley of Lulia. From atop the hill looking outward, you see a town a couple miles down the road. The smoking chimneys brings promise of warm foods and soft beds on this blustery, cloudy autumn day. Adjacent to the footpath are small gorges carving through the hills with a healthy flowing about 20 foot wide river through it. You see a well-walked path at the bottom of these hills. So, if you can have a little introduction of the characters, what does Fig look like?
Fig is 8 foot tall furball. He's got furry brown fur. He's got brown fur and like white spots underneath his eyes and a little black nose. He's got dark brown shaggy hair which has beads coming down the sides of it, and really fluffy ears that flop down to the side. His armor is sort of mismatched and stitched together with massive mushrooms growing on his pauldron, and he has grass and plants wrapped around his waist and a big quarterstaff with a rock in it, covered in flowers and moss. He also has no shoes.
Okay. So you just have this like upward shot of this giant, massive, like hairy kind of furball guy with mushrooms and all various bits of trinkets and flowers and very druidy like with your no shoes. As the
He also has sort of pinky orange eyes that look like the sunset.
Okay, cool. As the camera pans down to we'll say Véda.
Véda is about 5'10". She's quite tall, and her hair's pretty bright, almost looks like fire, but not quite. Her skin is sort of charcoaly grey, and the sclera of her eyes is black, and her irises are like fire. And she is wearing sort of quite feminine leather armor, a little flowy skirt,
Nice.
just kind of strutting along.
Okay. So we've got this giant furball down to this kind of very picturesque woman with fiery hair. And then it goes further down the camera in between the legs of both these characters. Emlyn.
So I guess I think that the height that they gave as like average for halflings was like 3 foot tall. So like we're going with that. They're very, very small.
Okay.
They have I guess like brown hair, but kind of with like grey streaks, and like sideburns, and they're just wearing like a shit ton of layers, like so many layers, and like a really big thick jumper, and they kind of have like bits and bobs like strapped around them, and like a cooking pan and a bow and like short swords and just like like pouches that you don't really know what's in them. And I think they have like a cloak, but like a wee like half cloak thing that's quite dark. And I think most of their clothes look like they were nice once.
Okay.
Or that they were nice when someone else owned them and they've been like adapted or they've been beat up a lot. Like maybe they weren't all made for them.
Okay. So there's a bit of a mismatch with the clothing
Yeah.
and stuff. Okay. So yeah, we just have this like then like the camera then like pans out to seeing this very odd arrangement of people with the forest behind you. It's probably 3 or 4 in the afternoon as you got out of the forest. You know, got the sound of the rushing river and everything. And as you begin walking down the road towards the town, you hear the sound of clomping feet get louder and louder from behind you. Just as you turn around to look, you see a half a dozen large war horses with ironclad riders, all flanking these really beautiful crafted carriages. And one of the riders shouts out to you, "Move out of the way!" I need everyone to roll a dexterity check for me, please.
Oh, I'm so bad at these. Is it dex save or is it dex?
Yeah, a dex save, yeah.
Go fig. Shit.
Oh, I forgot that my dex is like
I got
not
4.
garbage now.
Okay, nice. Okay, so as you turn, you see these riders and they're booking it towards the town. Fig, you just kind of like slowly turn around, just like unaware of everything. As Emlyn and Véda, you jump off to the side, and you just see Fig get hit with the horse on the side as he begins tumbling down the opposite side of where the gorge is, and you just hear this as dust flies up in the air. Fig, as you kind of like come to and take.
Oh.
Has Fig like seen horses and carts and stuff before?
No.
Not really.
No.
As you take 2 damage as you land on the floor.
Oh, my nose.
As you kind of look up, and as you guys kind of rush over to look down, you see this like a red tiefling man wearing pretty simple clothing, pulling a horse down the bottom trail, which seems to be attached to a canal boat. And he says, "You're right there."
Oh, that horse like ran into me. And my nose is bleeding.
Oh, and he kind of comes up to you and kind of helps you up. And he goes, "Well, you're a big fella, aren't you?"
You're amazing looking.
"Oh, thank you."
What are you?
Well,
Fixer tilts his head like a dog.
I'm a tiefling. Have you never met a tiefling before? Not that
No.
rare.
No, I've never met a tiefling before.
As you guys kind of
Yeah, we like running around,
yeah
running down after him.
as you kind of quickly like roll down the hill, you see this burly tiefling man. He's gentle face, big curled up horns, and he seems to has this canal boat that he's taking down.
Emlyn is running over like, "Do you not have horses where you're from?"
No, I've seen horses before. Never been hit by one. What were they pulling?
As you see it kind of going off into the distance, you saw this on the side, Emlyn. It seemed to be marked with a house of nobility. It looked like a sad lion marked with 3 swords in front of it. I think you're probably...
Sad lion.
Yeah, it looks really sad. Could Véda and Emlyn both make history checks?
I got
Oh,
got a
nice.
20. No, I've
Yeah.
only got not
20
very
and a
history.
17. So Véda with the 17, Emlyn with the 20. Okay, so Emlyn, you've seen these guys. They like to flaunt their stuff all over the place. They're from the house called Tauber, Tauber. And Véda, you've run into these people through your line of work. You know them to be higher up in the nobility chain, and they kind of go around the country. But it's odd to see them in such a rush as they came barreling through.
They're very rude.
He says, "Oh yes, they're probably heading to the Nuitois. They're the nobles of the town."
The what?
Nuitois. All these nobles have very strange names.
Emlyn, he's a tiefling.
Have eyes. You don't need to go pointing it out to people. Just
Okay,
maybe like
sorry.
next time you run into someone that's not what you expect, you could just think about it quietly.
I want to learn more about him.
It's no problem at all. It's very rare to see furbolgs out this far. Are you coming into town for any specific reason?
I don't know. We're just heading this way, I think. Are you guys coming here for a specific reason?
Well, just been going from place to place.
Well, you've actually come at a very good time. It is the Festival of Three will be happening. And he kind of looks up at the sun. He says, "Oh, seems it will be happening tonight, I think." He says, "You can walk with me to town if you so wish."
Are you taking your boat?
Yes. And you see that the horse is attached to the canal boat.
I go over to the horse.
Okay. It's a big, like, Irish cob type horse.
I pet him and I ask how it's doing today.
Seems like it's having a nice time. It's gentle strolling. It's a bit tired as the day's gone on.
Yeah. I just pat him.
Okay. How does Véda feel about all this?
Doesn't really have any strong feelings about it apart from that Fig should watch Race Clan.
Okay. Did you also come down the hill as well, or are you still up top?
I think she's probably just standing up at the top with her hands on her hips, like, fuck he did.
Okay. He says, "Well, looks like your friend is waiting up there. Perhaps you should get back up, and I'll maybe see you in town."
What's your name?
My name? You can call me... Well, it's a bit strange, but you can call me Strange.
Your name is Strange.
Yes. We come from a whole line of interesting, weird family names. Maybe you'll see my sibling in town. Their name is Odd.
Well, I've met some tieflings with weird names before, so that's not too bad. There's something kind of neat about it when the name is strange. You know, kind of funny.
It is?
Or not funny. Very serious. It's your name. I'm taking it very seriously.
There's no need to worry. And he kind of bows a little bit, like, to show that there's no offense. He says, "I'm mostly just happy to be walking up and down the valley, enjoying my time." And you see that his boat, it's pretty worn, has a bunch of crates and things on it. And you've probably seen a couple of these boats as you're making your way down through the valley, as they kind of come up and down, taking different cargoes and various bits and pieces. And he says, "Well, I need to be on my way, but..."
Is there any space in that there boat?
And he kind of like turns and looks, and he says,
Very small.
"Yes, if you wish to hop on board, we can."
Maybe Emlyn goes like back up the hill
Okay.
to Véda and is like, "You don't want to make new friends, or
I just didn't want to run down a ravine, particularly.
how about running down the ravine to make new friends? Or is that not really a high priority for you?
Fine.
I'm not saying you have to. We can come with you."
It's fine, I'll come down.
The thought of not walking, there's a bit of promise there for Véda. What does Véda wear on her feet? Is it like...
Yeah, are they practical traveling shoes or like definitely not practical traveling shoes?
I think there's a heel, but not a crazy heel.
Okay.
Like a little 2-inch heel boots.
Okay. So as you kind of like put your hands out to like slowly walk down, it's probably been raining a couple of days and it's a bit slippy, but...
And then like offers their head to lean on.
Okay. With
Emlyn just wants to be
Rumbles
friends.
on her way down.
Yeah. Is it, you kind of like have that thing where you keep picking up pace and you kind of can't stop as you begin running down the hill and eventually make it to the edge of the river.
I hate walking down hills, it's so stressful.
It is stressful.
I feel like Emlyn just had a great time.
Yeah.
Emlyn has a very small center of gravity.
Yeah.
That's true, actually. Yeah, if they fall over, it's just like no problem. I
Yeah.
feel like with enough
They're
layers,
really
as
good at
well,
going down
they could
hills.
be- Yeah, they could just be round if there really weren't enough layers.
So yeah, it's not really a problem for you. So as you make your way down, he says, Well, just give me a second. And he hands the reins to you, Fig. And he says, I think he trusts you. And hands him off to you.
Oh, you want me to ride him?
No, just hold on to him.
Oh, okay.
Is Fig not like the same size as the horse?
Yeah. It'd
I'd
be
say
very
so.
laborious for the horse to carry Fig. He's also really heavy.
Takes out this big piece of wood and pulls his boat closer and attaches it to it. He says, feel free to hop on if you wish.
Emlyn immediately hops on. Emlyn's like, you look around and Emlyn's already like nestled down in between some bags, like getting cozy.
Okay, awesome.
Fig tries to walk on with the horse.
He's like, no, the horse needs to pull us along.
Oh, am I pulling the horse?
No, just hold on to it. Well, just make sure he doesn't get frightened or anything. That's all.
Oh, okay. Please pat his nose.
Okay. Says you
Scratch
can
his ears.
walk with me with the horse if you want.
Okay,
Right?
I'll do that.
And he kind of like looks to Véda, and you can see he's a bit intimidated by her just from your general
Hello.
presence. He says, "Do you need a hand onto the ship?"
No, I can do it myself. Just hops on.
Okay. There's a
Emlyn
boat
has
kind of-
optimistically like made a little place to sit next to them.
There's probably like some like furs and around you, kind of push them all together and get bits of rope and things and make a weird little halfling nest. And there's a couple of
Hey, it looks very comfortable.
it does. I feel like that's Emlyn's whole thing is comfort over everything else.
They just want to be comfy.
Yeah. There's a couple of seats. You can see there's a stairway down, but most of all this stuff is just boxes and crates of various goods, all traveling up and down. As he says, well, if everyone's comfy, we will begin. And he kind of like pats on the horse, and the horse begins walking. So as you kind of continue down at a very leisure pace, it's not very quick at all.
Can I maybe roll hit dice to get my health back?
Sure. Yeah, well,
I don't remember what my hit dice are. I think it's 1d8.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
I believe so. I think if you just click on it, it should do it.
Oh,
Eat.
nice.
Okay. So you have one more hit dice left. You eventually, the rolling hills come to a smaller area. Fig, you see off to the left, you see this a four-pronged road sign with a small wall and an unlit lantern, and points towards the town saying Lilion. One heading east saying Zundaria. You know this to be the capital, Emlyn. You also see one heading north saying Antelion. The one heading northwest, the direction you just came, saying the Emmerwick Forest. As you begin coasting down, you see this large town, 15-foot stone walls, with the entrance guarded towers. All the surroundings of the town seem to be quaint little farmhouses and windmills. At the front gate, there's an entrance for the canal boat to enter through. Enter through, you see a couple of the guards kind of look down. The tiefling waves. He says, "I've made some new friends." And the guard looks down. And you could see only a couple of guards on this wall. Not very many for any if there was going to be an attack. There doesn't seem to be that many. "Oh, are they all coming for the festival?" "I don't think they know. I think they're just travelers." And says, "Well, be sure you go check in at the lion's den at some point." He says, "No worries." Pushes you in. You kind of come into this harbor area where there's a couple other boats. "Well, I hope you've had a lovely trip down. It was very nice to meet your acquaintance, but I need to go get everything registered. Why didn't you go over to the town square and see if you can find a place to stay?"
Okay. I bet the horse.
Okay.
It was lovely meeting your acquaintance, says to the horse.
The horse
And yours
kind of,
too.
the kind of horse bows to you and it kind of kicks its foot.
I'm sorry I don't have any treats on me.
You feel a bit of sadness from him, but he kind of comes over and seems to have some carrots and stuff on his side and feeds the horse. He says, "Well, I will be here for a little while. If you need any information, just give me a shout."
Thank you, Strange.
Merci.
Can you recommend somewhere to stay?
He's patting his horse and feeding it carrots. He says, "Oh, yes, if you head up those stairs, head eastward into the Greensfall Square. There's an inn called the Golden Grains. That's probably the best place you could stay. It's a little bit pricey, but it's worth it."
And is there anywhere less pricey around?
There is, But if you're here for the festival, that's the best place to be. There is
Right.
another place called the Ham Hut further down south to the more worker area, let's just say.
Cool. Well, I guess we thank him and head off. Unless anyone else wants to anything.
So, I've made like a little map for you guys. A hand-drawn map from me, just so you can kind of look to see the districts and things. So as you came in from the north side, stopped next to the Green Falls Square, where he kind of let you off. And the town is like super serene and beautiful. You got all these various kind of 14th century architecture, all very quaint. You can see people hanging out washing and little patches of gardens where you see like old couples in there kind of doing their gardening. You can see children running around the streets. So where would you like to head? Would you like to head to the lower town of Lilion or Green Falls Square?
As I see the children running around the streets, kind of look at Emlyn and the children. I'm a bit confused. They won't say anything though.
So yeah.
I feel like Emlyn's just like watching Fig pointedly but doesn't say anything.
So yeah, you just see this like whole town, people of many different races, sizes. A lot of the main people walking around seem to be getting looks like a festival ready. You can see more market stuff coming up. You see bunting coming all down the streets, all with autumn colors. You can see people like wielding big pumpkins walking down the streets. And you see some like painted signs saying Festival of Three, Green Falls Square at 6 o'clock this evening. You can hear the town crier in the distance also saying this as well.
What time is it now?
It's probably like 4 or 5.
PM?
Yes.
Oh, the festival's starting soon then.
Véda, what you think? Fancy in?
Of course.
Just every time, is it always the fancy in for you?
We.
Not okay. Well, that's sounds good to me.
Don't worry. I can take care of it.
So an inn is a place you like sleep in, right?
Yes.
Do you normally, where you're from, do you sleep in a bed in a house or?
I sleep in like a tree, like a dead tree that I dug out.
With your family or?
No, just me.
And you just sort of came out in the forest from the other place?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
I feel like when you look at Fig, like he's probably in bemusement to like all these things. Like they're all very confusing to him. Fig? Yeah.
Yep.
And are there
These are, like,
towns?
looking around.
There are towns like near the dead tree. Are there lots of people in dead trees?
No, a lot of the trees are alive. My mother would sometimes take me to elven towns.
Were they like this?
They're more tree.
All right. Emlyn started walking towards the fancy inn.
Does sleeping in a tree not hurt your back?
I like dug out the ground and made it quite big.
Are they big trees? Are they like the same size of tree? Like if you compared me to you,
Yes.
is like trees here the
The-
same size as? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Are they
well,
like
a lot,
3 times as
a lot
big?
of- a lot of the trees are like the same size, but there was this one tree that was just massive. It was huge. It was like 7 me's, like all around if I was lying down.
But it's not like the whole place is like a giant forest.
It is a giant forest.
Okay. I'm finding it hard to picture, that's all.
Have you never
Sounds
seen a giant
terrible.
forest before?
All forests are giant to me.
That's true. You're very small.
As you begin walking down towards the square, you ask a couple of people to find directions. As you come into the main market square, just brimming with people, and seems to be extremely busy. You see a couple of shops here. Off to one side, blacksmith hammering away, and you see this kind of red tiefling, who you may assume to be Odd, Strange's brother, as he's kind of like hammering away. You also see hefty-sized inn with a grain painted this kind of golden color, just swinging, and you can see a good number of people going inside, coming out. And it's kind of 2-story sized building, and it's pretty immense sized.
So this is fancy.
Yep, we go there. If that's the right place.
Yep. As you begin heading towards it, You do see some games and things being set up as well. As you kind of enter the inn, the warmth from the hearths hits you instantly, and this large four-sided stone fireplace sits in the middle of the room, showing off beautiful red tapestries down each wall, and some nice but pretty worn leather seats surround it. You see people enjoying some wine and cheese whilst reading books. There are 5 benches that can sit about 6 people each that line the left wall, where people are having their dinner and seems to be sharing bottles of wine, and it's pretty rowdy on that side. On the right side, there are small booths that can sit about 4 people, kind of look more nobly dressed, and seem to be enjoying a quiet moment away from the main rabble. On the back wall of the room, you see the bar and the stairs heading up and down. The barkeep seems to be speaking to some guards of the town that seems to just have finished their shift for the evening. What would you like to do?
Is there who's behind the bar?
As you look behind the bar, you see this elven man, slender, 6 foot tall, salt and pepper hair with a high fade and kind of scruffy on top. He seems to have like a quite relaxed and gentle demeanor. His face would be entirely soft except from a large scar on the lower of his lip.
Okay, Veda's gonna go up to the bar to ask about accommodation.
Okay, as you approach the bar, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, good evening, my name is Jean-Luc. How may I be of service to you?"
Hello, do you have any rooms available for this evening?
"Ooh, for this evening." And he kind of like, his eyes, which were kind of, half shut, he kind of opens up to make a realization that he's actually still working. He kind of goes underneath, pulls up a ledger, and he kind of flicks open. He says, "Oh, we are very busy during the festival season. It looks like we have 2 rooms available. A modest room in the basement, and a more comfortable room upstairs for your lovely self, with a balcony, a great view of the town square."
Veda can get accommodation with her background.
Okay.
Can I do that?
What's your... Let me have a look.
Entertainer.
Entertainer. So it's the...
Véda, do you think we normally share?
We can share.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like so far.
Yeah,
We've been
well,
traveling
we've been camping so far.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not just gonna get her room and be like, "Bye, guys."
Just be like, "Oh, I think we should go to the fancy place," and then just gets a really nice room, and it's like, "Well, this was good."
Okay.
Cheers.
See you later.
Do you offer up your services for the inn?
Yeah, she can play.
Okay. Seeing that you have some instruments on you, he says, "Oh, do you want to play this evening? We do have a couple of spaces free if you would be willing to play. And obviously,
Of course.
the money made, we will take a bit of it and it will go to your room."
Of course. That would be wonderful, thank you.
"That is not a problem. It does get a bit rowdy in here, but..." And he kind of looks around, and you can see a stage over in the far left corner. Not typically huge, and you can see mostly people just having their dinner and things. He says, "Maybe later tonight we can have you on. But I will book you in for that. Was it the comfortable room you would like? Not the one upstairs?"
Please, thank you.
"Very well. Is it just this evening you're staying, or just a couple more days?"
I'm not sure.
"Well, we'll get you down for this evening, and we'll see how it goes. Is there anything else I can do for you?" As he kind of starts writing in his journal.
Veda turn to Emlyn and Fig and be like, "You want a drink?"
What sort of drinks do they sell here?
As you inquire, he kind of points up to the chalkboard kind of thing behind him. You see different kind of wines, meads, ales, and ciders. He says, "One that we have actually made in the valley here, it's called Raven Oak. It is a Pinot Noir. I'd say it is one of my favorite, but we also have Liberty's Kiss, which is Chardonnay, or the other one is the Opal Tree Apple Cider, if that would suit you a bit more."
Oh, I like apples.
"Well, we can get that right out for you. Is it any food or anything that you wish as well?"
What sort of food do you have?
"Oh, we have a variety of things. What is a bit popular right now is the stuffed pumpkin with spiced meats and veg. or we have pan-fried chicken with creamy leek and spicy lentils, or just a simple chicken pie, wild mushroom tartlets, roast chicken with potatoes and autumn veggies. We have some slow-cooked apple cider beef stew. It really takes your fancy.
Can I have the pumpkin?
But of course. And he kind of looks towards Emlyn and Véda. Anything for you?
I'll take a glass of wine.
Is that the Raven Oak or Liberty's Kiss?
Whichever one is your favorite.
Very well. One Raven Oak. And he kind of points towards Emlyn. What about for you?
Maybe a half a cider, and do you have small portions of the pumpkin?
But of course.
Can I have whatever they're not having?
Oh, for your larger size, we can call it, yes.
Thank you.
Was it the cider you wanted, Emlyn?
Yeah.
Okay. That's why I'm not a waiter, because I don't know these things. I'll just forget. And he says, please take a seat wherever you like. And he kind of opens like a small hatch, and he says, we need some stuffed pumpkins with the spiced meats. And you see a head poke through of a dwarven fellow, pretty heavy set, and his cheeks that almost encompasses icy blue eyes. Grey hair that's kind of tied into a ponytail and like a long 1 foot beard. And you also see this kind of large metal clasp as he kind of pokes his head out, and it kind of like dunk, comes out of the window. And it seems to be a good hand-sized clasp that encompasses his beard, and it seems to show a wedding day. And he says, that's not a problem, we'll get that right out. And he kind of turns back and kind of squeezes his head back through, and he says, right, we've got some things to do. And begins, you can hear clattering and things as the elf hands you your drinks and says, please take a seat wherever it may suit you, and we'll bring that right out to you.
Could I have the key to the room?
Oh, but of course. And you can see a bit all over the place, and he kind of hands you your key as well. He says, just right upstairs. It's the first one on the left.
Merci.
There's a washroom upstairs if you need it as well.
Okay, Véda's gonna head upstairs and put some stuff down.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit
Can't
down.
carry
literally
much for
wherever.
long. With her -3 strength.
You're like, my own skin.
Wearing clothes is a constant struggle.
Yeah.
Emlyn dumps like some layers, but then still somehow has like just like a lot of layers still on.
Vic just kind of sits down literally anywhere.
So as they two go upstairs, so you just sit like in the middle of the floor.
Okay, well maybe Emlyn like ushers Fig like towards the like bit where people are actually sitting down, so that he's
But
not
like, yeah,
just,
he was
in
sitting
the
next to
way.
some randos.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So
They can just sit on the floor next to a table and use it as a table anyway.
Oh.
it's true. Yeah, you see like a bunch of like, rowdy, different races and sexes all just kind of sharing wines, and you can see them all being passed around bits of bread, and people are like, oh, you should try this. Oh, this is really good. You should try this as well. And there seems to be this like whole communion of like 30 people all down tables just handing food up and down.
I sit down.
As Fig sits down, as they all kind of like, oh, nice to meet you, and like they start like shaking, like slapping you on the back, and they kind of like start handing you bits and pieces. There's like breads and oils and things.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
You
This
can
is
see like a
lovely.
pie being handed around and stuff as well. It seems to be like an apple and blackberry crumble as well going around. Just kind of like this weird whole thing going up as you guys head upstairs, open your room, and it wasn't lying. You have this perfect view of the festival. You can see people now begin setting up various games. You see kind of firework things as like someone tests one out. It's happens in the sky, and some people clap, and all very autumn themed as well. You can see a sign that says pumpkin competition. Largest pumpkin wins as you enter the room, and you've got a large kind of canopy bed, and there's a couple of singles in there as well, separated by a divider. There's it's nice in here. It's warm. There's its own kind of fireplace as well. Not lit, obviously, but it's a.
It's okay, Véda can do that.
Yeah. It's got like a small seat on the balcony as well. Where there's seems to be fruit lying there. There's a small ashtray. Ashtray. And, and there's actually a menu on the bed as well as a couple of linens. It seems to be.
It is absolutely going to claim the biggest bed, even though she's not the biggest person.
Okay. As you walk into the room and throw all your stuff onto the double bed, as Emlyn will come up behind her.
Emlyn is like looking around, like eating the fruit, looking out the window. they whistle. They're like psyched about it.
Yeah, like I always like the thought of like Emlyn holding like an apple and then handing it to Fig, like just the size difference would just be hilarious. I mean, like the fruit as well. It's very rich and seems to be perfectly ripe.
Yeah, Emlyn eating an enormous apple, lying in a king-size bed, but it's a regular bed.
Yeah. And like all the wood divider seems to tell a story of a goddess bringing forth the land and looking after farmers and cultivating the earth.
Look at this. Even the divider's got stuff in it.
Make a religion check, Emlyn.
Ooh.
Since you're from this area of the world. 17. I think probably in your hometown, this would be, you kind of recognize it. It seems to be the Earth Mother, Shanti, the Grain Mother, and goddess of all agriculture. And it's pretty common to see them in a heavily farm town. And it's kind of, a bit weird seeing just not in a place of worship being goddess stuff in just random rooms.
Oh, it's like God stuff. It's like when they put those holy books in your room, like they're trying to make you read them.
I never do.
You can start hearing clapping and stuff coming from outside, as the festival seems to be starting off pretty soon.
Is there anything just like around in the room that looks valuable?
I mean, there's really nice candelabras. There's probably some like a nice fruit cutting knife of some kind.
Cool.
But yeah,
just keeping an eye out. They're just keeping an eye out.
Okay. As Véda and Emlyn kind of get settled down upstairs, Fig, what are you up to? As there's just people all over the place.
He's just chatting with people next to him, and he thinks that this apple juice tastes really bad. Not 100% sure about it. Yeah, he's just waiting for those guys to come back, really, but he's also chatting with everyone.
Yeah. And you can see, a lot of these people are, pretty... They're worker folk, probably down from the harbour or some of the farmers coming in for their dinner. And it just seems to be, a weird free-for-all for some reason. Véda and Emlyn head back down.
Do any of us have this... Do we, have this festival, Do any of us know about it, or is it basically just this town and we've never heard of it before?
I think you might have heard it. It probably is not called the Festival of Three where you are, but there's typical autumn festivals for the harvest and things. But maybe your
I think maybe they're used to harvest festival, but not whatever this is.
Yeah. Okay.
Big waves at you guys when you come down.
I feel like Véda's entrance is always like Noble walking down the stairs.
She sweeps around the bottom of the staircase. There's just there's
she's the cape of billowing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It looks like a wind machine is on her, but there definitely isn't. But it still really, really looks like it.
Well, her hair moves a lot in the breeze because it's not hair as such.
Oh yeah. In fact, every single time she comes down a staircase, someone opens the door at the exact moment, just so that it's incredibly majestic.
Totally. I feel like that's exactly what happens with Véda.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you head down,
Not strong, but she's graceful.
she can hold herself.
I imagine if she falls down, she just kind of floats.
It was totally intentional.
It more looks like a death drop than anything else.
Definitely.
So as you kind of come down the stairs, you see the dwarf kind of waddling around, handing out meals and things. And as he kind of sees you coming down, he goes, "Oh, I've been actually looking for you. I've got your food here. Where is it that you're sitting?"
Where's Fig?
Does Véda want to sit with Fig and 30 other people?
Yeah, she's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. We go over
As long
next
as
to
she's
Fig, I
not
guess.
chair, she's okay. She's not sitting on the floor.
No, it's kind of like benches. so it's like sharing with people, but
Yeah.
okay. As you kind of
She'll sit on a bench.
like squeeze your way in, he kind of puts down.
Yeah, she might sit with her legs on the outside,
Yeah.
kind of sideways a little bit.
As you kind of like hand you your drinks and your food. You know, you have this like kind of smaller pumpkin size for Emlyn, and then this kind of like large pumpkin that's been like heftily carved out and filled with like meats and various vegetables and all this kind of things. And it's very, very fragrant. Fig, you notice since you've got crazy perception, you notice on his clasp on his beard that seems to be carvings of an elf and a dwarf getting married.
Oh, that's nice.
And
Is it Legolas and Gimli?
pretty much?
A beautiful story, so beautiful that it carries across different,
I mean,
different universes and platforms.
as the elf also comes up as the dwarf's there, and he kind of like puts his hand on his head and kind of gives him a kiss. He says, "Well, it is lovely to meet you. I've heard that you are new in town. And you can kind of point over and you see Strange, who's just come in, and he kind of waves at you guys. He says, "Well, I'm extremely glad that you could be here for our Festival of Three, and that you'll be playing with us at some point tonight. But please enjoy yourselves, and I hope you enjoy your stay here."
Thank you. I save a mouthful of pumpkin.
Yeah. Are you just
Spraying
eating the pumpkin?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's just like holding it and biting into it.
Okay. Do you know what cutlery is? Would you have used
No.
cutlery?
No.
Okay.
He has no idea.
Has he washed his hands? Like?
No, absolutely not.
I see.
Yeah.
So not
They
just
just
from like, oh, a really
iron.
clean culture that doesn't use cutlery, just like, no. No cutlery, no nothing.
Yeah. So as you kind of like look at everyone else kind of using the pumpkin as like a bowl to eat out of, Fig just picks it up and starts crunching onto the side of it as the dwarf kind of like looks at you a bit strangely and kind of confused, but he's like, each to their own, I suppose. And they kind of walk back with each other holding hands as he kind of heads back into the the kitchen. And
I lean into Véda. I'm like, this apple juice tastes really bad.
That's not apple juice. That's cider.
What's cider?
It's fermented apple juice. It's alcoholic.
Oh, I taste it again. I'm gonna roll see if I like it.
okay.
Maybe a constitution?
Well, if just see if you like it, it would be just a D20.
Okay. Let's see. No.
Meh.
Okay.
Put it down. Is that what people drink here? Just sit here and drink bad juice?
Sometimes.
There's a guy sitting next to you. He's like, "You're goddamn right it is." He's kind of like, you can see that there's a couple of tankards in front of him. He says, "If you want a proper drink, you need to go get the mead. It's very, very good. The Earth Mother mead. It might suit you a bit better than the cider."
What's mead? I lean into Véda.
When you do it with honey, there's an awful lot that goes into it, making bad juice or whatever it is. And if you don't like that, I can definitely take it for you.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it, and I'm gonna pass it to.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend this mead. And, just there are better ones out there.
It's fine. I just eat the pumpkin. Crunch, crunch, crunch.
So you could see the guy in front. He had like, definitely smells like he's been drinking the mead here. But the wine is very, very good as well. Pretty much up to
Because it's
standard.
her dinner.
Yeah. All of that stuff comes to probably 3 silver worth of stuff that you just bought.
Cool.
Someone wants to mark that off, they can.
How much silver to a gold? I'll pay for it,
10.
but I don't know. How much did it cost? Free?
It'll get the next round.
Okay.
Veda kind of got the room, though.
Sorry.
So,
Oh, we got a room, didn't we? Oh, can I go up and see it?
Maybe
Maybe.
later, when we're all together. I mean, I feel like maybe Emlyn is like hissing at Veda, being like, "What if he eats the duvet or something?"
Yeah,
might.
Véda just, like kind of gives Emlyn a little nod.
It's like having a puppy.
A very big puppy.
He's very nice. You just don't know what he's gonna do next.
Wild card, bitches.
as you have your dinner, The kind of craziness kind of calms down a little bit in the inn, and you can see people have fallen asleep on their seats, sitting next to the fire. And you see a couple of children kind of run by and kind of take bits of cheese off their plates and like start running around and being a bit crazy and running out onto the streets.
Wild children.
Yeah. What would you guys like to do?
What time is it?
It's probably just after 6.
Isn't the festival on now? We can go to that.
I'm sure it's going to be on for a wee while. If you want to finish your entire pumpkin.
I've already finished my entire pumpkin.
Oh God.
I'm still kind of hungry,
Emlyn is
actually.
definitely still eating their pumpkin.
Do you think I can get another one? There might be food at the thing.
Yeah, let's go and have a look.
I'm gonna get up and go.
Okay.
I guess
Okay.
Emlyn's drunk their halfling-sized cider and maybe most of the regular-sized cider.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's not the best thing you've probably drank.
I guess they're like real picky
Yeah.
about drinks.
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it, but I imagine that they're like talking about the like crisp to sweet ratio as they're leaving.
Before they leave, Véda will kind of swing by the bar and check what time they want her to play at, like what time they've got her on the bill so she can come back.
As you kind of approach, it says, "Oh, yes. If you'd want to come back around, say, 9 o'clock, it's when most people will come back for later drinks and things. So, if you make it about 9, that should be fine.
Okay.
Is there any other questions you wish to ask?
No, I should catch up to my companions because they've already wandered off without me.
Yes, the large one does seem a bit lost a lot of the time.
He's a little bit of a fish out of water.
Be sure to keep an eye on him. It is not a well-guarded town, so there's a bit of trouble. You can find people in this town, so keep an eye on him."
I'll try.
And kind of like raises his eyebrow at you and kind of looks to the guard, who's kind of got like sitting next to him. And you can see the guard's got his hand in his head. As you can see that he's very, very stressed out. And as you kind of like walk outside, and general notice the people of civilization that the whole area is not that well guarded. There's not like large patrols of guards going through. On the wall, you maybe see about 1 or 2. Like on a corner, you might see one every 20, 30 minutes or so. And doesn't
Do we
seem-
all notice this?
The ones of civilization, yeah.
So happy, bro.
Yeah,
mean-
imagine, like a dog pulling someone along on a leash. Imagine like Emlyn just like holding on to like a bit of like Fig's like trouser or like coat as Fig has like fucking disappeared.
I imagine it's like a child walking a Great Dane.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like no chance.
This Fig kind of pulls you guys around, and you kind of look at the festivities. The sun begins to set in the sky. The festivities seems to be a bunch of various games, and it seems to be about the time of middle of the harvest. And people seem to be very rambunctious and ensuring that their work days are shortened and they can spend time with their family, friends, and neighbors. And it seems to be a time of giving and having fun. One of the first games you see has like a sign, and this kind of gnome fellow sitting on a seat with a little caramelized and honey apples, and you could see it says bobbing for apples, 1 silver. You also see down the road pumpkin coin toss, 2 silver for 3 goes, and you can see 25 gold pieces if you get them all in. You also see the pumpkin and gourd contest, where you just see like gigantic pumpkins inside, and you can see a couple of kind of well-dressed nobles seem to be walking around, and you see one where a bunch of burly men and women all kind of gathered up in a line. It says the one chop champ. Chop 1 piece of wood and 1 chop and gain the title. And it says 25 gold pieces for the winner. So,
Ooh.
what would you like
I
to
know it's a really bad idea, but I totally want Véda to try the wood chopping one.
Yeah.
I want to try that one too.
I'm
Oh.
chanting your names, making you go and do it.
So,
I kind of want to try that candied apple though.
Maybe that's
Oh.
what Fig heads for, right? If Fig is just like apples,
Yeah.
maybe that's
I
like where
think
we go
he
first.
probably smells how sweet they are. He's just like, yeah, I want it. Emlyn, let's go to that one. And I kind of pat you. But probably just like, boof.
Do you have any money? You know, the little like, metal pieces.
I've got metal on me, and I take out my like coin purse and I show it to them, like this.
Yeah, yeah. How much is the? I guess maybe Emlyn just takes the amount of money that it is
Okay.
out of Fig's purse and like gives it to them.
Okay. Yeah, you see the gnome man. He says, "Oh, it is 1 silver for 1 go."
I only have the yellow ones.
That is okay. We can give you change.
They'll give you other colors and you take them back, and I'll put. Don't worry about it.
And
Okay.
he hands you back 9 silver.
I guess imagine like Fig is like stooping right on over, and Emlyn is like on their tippy toes, like trying to help out.
He's kind of like up on like a small seat, and then there's these big barrels of apples, and you can just see like probably a good 100 or so in them, just like filled. And there's kind of there are smaller ones to fit his kind of size of people, and you can see a couple of children as well attempting it.
I guess maybe like
so gross. It's gonna be filled with hair.
Emlyn like turns to the gnome at the stall and is like, "Now you better explain the rules, real simple, to this fella."
It's just bobbing for apples. What does he not get?
I don't know if he's done that before, so
Okay. You
just explain it real good.
As you can see, like his kind of double chin, very very tight collar that he has of his shirt, and it does have a couple of stains and stuff on it as well. As he kind of like looks up at Fig, he's like, "You put your head in the water, and you try to get the apple. If you come out with it, you get them honeyed and or carameled.
But you have to do it with your face.
Okay,
Use your teeth to pick them up."
I can do that. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bend down onto my knees.
Okay. As he sits
God,
there.
his
Roll.
entire head in the water. There's like a huge splash from the like displacement.
Tidal wave
Yeah.
washes all the children away.
As you dunk your heading, I need you to make a dexterity check for me.
No.
13. Okay. As you kind of, it takes him a while. As you see him like chasing after this apple for a while, like moving back and forth, trying to grab onto it. He eventually craps onto it and kind of lifts it up, and then it falls into the water as he kind of goes out for it again and catches it. And he kind of like, you just see sopping wet dog face pretty much. And you can see a bunch of hair in the pool as the gnome kind of looks at it and looks up at Fig. He says,
I got it.
"Well done.
Do I get to keep this one too?
Yes, you
Well,
keep
don't
that
spit
one."
it back out.
Crunch.
And he kind of like hands you he says, "Do you want a honey or carameled one?"
Oh, which one's better?
It's,
I'll take honey. I know what honey is. I'll take that.
And he kind of hands you a honeyed one. He says, "What
Emlyn,
about
do
you?"
you want one?
I think I'll keep my face dry.
I shake my head.
Fluff
Oh,
and water
never
sprays
mind.
everywhere. As the guy kind of like gets in his eye, he's like, "Ah, my eyes!" And he starts rubbing them and things.
maybe Véda comes over and Emlyn is like patiently explaining how to make caramel. Like to Fig, who's just concentrating on eating.
Eating
Emlyn
that whole apple.
Emlyn has a cookbook full of notes.
Oh, does Fig eat the stick?
He might try. No, he knows what a stick is. But he's good.
I know, but like,
He might chew on
alright,
it.
alright.
And I mean, like, it's not a gigantic apple, you know. It's kind of, you could probably
Yeah,
eat
he'd
it in a
probably
couple
eat
bites.
That's what I mean, right? If it's pretty small, I feel it'd be quite easy to accidentally be like, oh shit.
Oops, I just ate this whole thing. Does anyone else want to try the bobbing for apples? Is it
Véda,
gonna-
do you want to have a shot? I can pay for you if you want.
It'll make her hair weird. She doesn't like talking about it.
Do you guys want to have a shot in the other games?
I want to do that. What was the one that was like pumpkin coin toss?
as,
Emlyn wants to see that.
as you kind of walk over, you see this high elf looking guy. Kind of looks a bit regal. He says, 2 silver for 3 golds. Get all of these coins. And he kind of holds them up. And it looks like kind of like fake coins. He says, get all of these coins and the pumpkins and win the prize of 25 gold. If you do not, then you get a strawberry. If you get 1 in, if you get 2, And he kind of like pulls out this kind of like small pouch and he says, "A spice pouch, full of autumn flavors." And you can see a couple of people walking around, and you know, a couple of people are trying them on the multiple lanes that they have, and a couple of people are trying, and you can see him handing out strawberries and various things. And he kind of points at you, Emlyn, and he says, "What about you? Would you like to have a go at it?"
I go on. I could do the spice pouch
Get the strawberry.
or a strawberry.
And he
That's
kind
the
of,
wrong accent because I was too exasperated.
he says, "Well, most people go for the 25 gold, but whatever you wish." And
I'm being realistic.
I
Wait.
appreciate that.
Before you do anything, my friend, I put my hand on Emlyn's shoulder. I'm like, you've got this. I cast guidance. I forgot I can do that.
Yo.
So you get 1d4.
Yeah.
Nice.
She says, "It is 2 silver. If you could put that up for me."
I pay.
Okay. And he kind of puts it into a small pouch, and he hands you these. They feel like lighter coins that look like tin of some kind, and they have a flower minted onto them. And he says, 3 goes. Have at it. So it would be a
Don't suppose it's sleight of hand.
no. It would be just your dexterity. So the first one, 22,
Yo.
Nice.
easily. First
22.
one. It's
Got that strawberry in the bag.
something like 3 or 4 feet away from you as you flick it in,
Okay, cool.
and he says, "Very good. You have your strawberry." as you flick
Sorry,
it again.
I like immediately flicked again, I
Yeah.
guess.
You can add your 1d4.
Oh, do I want to add a 1? Yeah, I guess I do, in case it's like 10 as the DC.
Or 12. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey!
Hey!
It is
So-
12.
So you rolled an 8 plus the guidance of 4, as you kind of aim it up as he kind of speaks to you, and you kind of get jolted as you kind of flick it out. The wind actually catches this coin, and they're lighter coins, and it just kind of like spins around the top of it, and like spins around and like thoop, lands straight into it. And he says, "Very well done. You have your spice pouch. Now for the main goal, last one."
I don't even know if Emlyn is like more hyped for spices or for gold.
13. As you flick it out, with your heart not really into it, and it just kind of like flicks off to the side, and he says, "Ah, I'm afraid that you missed the last one, but," and he kind of like goes down. It's a hefty pouch of spice, and he says, "But you have won this," and he hands you the spice pouch.
See, I know my strengths.
You know exactly where it is going to go. I appreciate that. And he kind of points to you. "Large fellow, would you like to give it a go? Or what about your friend, the fire-haired one?"
I'm okay. Do we get the strawberry as well?
"Well, you have to try to get the strawberry.
Oh. Sure, I'll give it a go. How
It
much is
is
it?
2 silver."
I lean into Emlyn. Like, is that...
Emlyn like points them out and is like, "See, you know what color silver is? So it's these ones.
Okay.
So next time you can do it yourself."
Okay. I've got this.
And you hand over your
I'm
2
gonna
silver.
cast guidance on myself.
Okay. Guidance.
Cool. This is Dex. Okay. First one.
17. Right in. And the coins are very small in your hand, and kind of like it's fiddly with you, and you kind of flick it in, and it lands in. You've done it. You have won your strawberry.
Do I have to go again now?
Well, if you want the main prize.
Sure.
And
I'll cast my guidance.
You know?
12 is enough. As you flick it forward, and it lands in as well. He says, "Another spice pouch. Your friend looks very happy with themselves."
I feel like maybe Emlyn is doing that explanation like in The Simpsons, like, you know, money can be exchanged for goods and services, trying to explain how many strawberries, like...
Okay, I'll do the last one.
15.
Can I do the... Does it need the guidance?
No. As you flick it forward, kind of overextending his arm a bit too far, as it flicks forward, and it spins around and lands into the pot. And he says, "Very well done. It seems that you have won the money." And he kind of goes back and
Could I have a strawberry as well?
make a persuasion check.
Oh, fuck, I'm so unpersuasive. Shit, can I have my 1d4?
No, you didn't cast guidance on yourself.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it only lasts
I
for
had
like
it.
a round.
You have to do it again.
it.
Yeah, you
Shit.
have to keep doing it over and over again.
Damn
Um,
it.
Maybe Emlyn is like, how about give him 24 and 9 and a strawberry?
Very well. And he kind of goes into his pouch and kind of counts out ones and says, "Here's your 24 gold pieces and 9 silver and 1 strawberry."
Hey.
And you
I
can
give
see the
the money.
strawberry's like pretty hefty. It's a big strawberry.
I just hand the money over to Emlyn and keep the strawberry.
Emlyn's just like decided this is a very good business relationship.
And he says, "What about you, fire lady? Would you like to give it a go?
Okay.
Trust
Come
some
on, get a bit
guidance.
into the festival mood."
I cast guidance.
Okay. And he says,
All of it,
"That is
all the
2
time.
silver for you."
Okay. Give him 2 silver.
Okay, he hands it over. He hands you these 10 coins and says, "Right, give it a go."
Just a dex check.
Yeah, pink. First one, easy enough. Lands right in, straight into the bowl. Says, "Oh, it looks like you have a new strawberry coming on your way."
Yes.
Figure's so high.
But the second one, quick succession, and the one lands in and he says, "Oh, now another spice pouch." He says, "Last one, and you get these 25 gold pieces, or just strawberries if you want. I don't really know." That's 11. As he kind of like distracts you a bit, and you kind of just use the fire within you, and you launch it forward, and it just kind of.
You have guidance. Can you use it on that?
You could use that on that if you want to.
Okay, do that then.
3. It still lands a bit short as you can see the wind trying to take it away, and it kind of just like hits on the rim and spins off. Oh, I'm very sorry. You can see that people are kind of gathered onto it and they're like clapping along for you guys, and you kind of like raise your hands and like, "Oh, shame." And he says, "But you have a new spice pouch." He kind of goes behind.
I
you.
mean, it's a pretty big spice pouch, right?
I mean, it's like a palm size. You could, use it for gold coins as well. But, as you kind of open it up, it's probably got like 20 uses of autumn spice. He hands
Maybe-
it to you.
Emlyn is like, unless you want this, maybe we should just get strawberries.
I'm all up for more strawberries.
As you do see people selling strawberries, and like various foods and wines. There's like, mulled wine and things that people are selling and stuff as well.
Well, alright, maybe Emlyn gets Fig to carry it in his backpack instead.
Alright, just hand it over to Big.
Gonna be
Okay.
eating a lot of spiced everything. Spiced porridge, spiced stew, spiced pumpkins for sure.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go to the strength one.
Okay. As you see this kind of burly half orc, kind of looking at this thing, he kind of spits into both of his hands. As you can see, a crowd about 15-20 people gathered round. As he brings it down, and hits pretty far down, but doesn't splinter all the way. And he says, "This axe is broken," and like slams it down. And kind of hits into it and kind of storms off, and people are like, "Ooh!" As they see you approach, and says, "It seems that even the strongest of people cannot break this piece of wood." And he kind of like changes out this, and it's hefty-sized log. But can anyone become the one chop champ? No one has done it ever in the history of this festival. Could you be the one? And kind of points towards Fig.
I could be the one. I go over.
Okay.
Fig's little eyes like lighting up, like
Yeah.
"You
He's
the
like
one."
big puppy dog eyes. And he kind of like hands you over the axe and
Oh.
he says, "It will be but a mere silver." And he kind of holds up a pouch, and you can see it's full of silver. And he says, "You can try and get this, but I don't think you will. But 1 silver,
Okay.
and you could try it."
I hand him a silver.
Okay. And he kind of points it at his
And
back.
I kind of look at the axe and put it down.
He
I
says-
go over to the wood and pick it up.
He says, "No, no, no." He kind of looks towards Emily and says, "You hit it with the axe."
I cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
And can I get advantage because I'm a big buff Cheeto puff?
It will affect the DC, not your.
Shit, okay.
Emlyn's talking to the guy like,
Please.
you have to explain it.
Yeah, he just starts like grasping in his hands and trying to break it apart with his hands. And he's like, what is he doing?
No, he's very new here, maybe.
But
Oh, that's a hefty log. Give me that thing there. What is that? Pick it up.
an axe. It is an axe. He kind of looks towards Emlyn and Véda and he says, what
You know when you chop wood to go on a fire?
I just break it.
Oh, that does make sense.
I'm gonna swing it down onto the wood.
Okay.
Okay. 23!
As you kind of go back over to it, look at it, with one hand, and it's a small axe in his grasp. He just kind of like taps it lightly, and it just splinters apart. You know, people now shielding their eyes, like total anime style as he hits the ground. There's like a calm moment and then splintering outward as people are like, oh my god! They're like, shield the children! As you know, people are like hiding their eyes and stuff. As the facial hair of this carny kind of guy is just kind of like blown a bit to the side, and there's a bit of splintered wood. And he says, "What is wrong with him?" Oh! And he kind of like wipes his face. Emlyn and stuff, like you're kind of like blown back a bit by this.
I guess like we can't tell if Fig is like real stupid or like real clever. Maybe that was a really smart move. Oh, I'm just feeling the wood. So smart.
Yeah.
Hey, this thing's pretty good.
I mean, you kind of just look towards Emlyn and Véda.
Véda just shrugs.
So he's got the title, right?
Am I the best?
And he kind of like
He is
looks
the
around.
best.
And some people like start clapping like slowly.
Emlyn definitely starts clapping
Yeah.
aggressively.
Um,
They're making it happen.
as he then grabs Fig's hand and kind of raises it above his own, but only like hits Fig's shoulder, so it's not like really high.
He's just like.
He says, "I present to you the one chop champ, but who can take the title from him? Maybe some of his friends, maybe you." And he kind of points to this very burly half-orc woman who seems to be wearing guard tabard. It has a lion on it, and she just looks at him and says, "Not right now, I'm busy." She says, "Perhaps we'll see her again soon. But she is known to be quite good with an axe," as you kind of see this giant battle axe on her back. "We shall see Francis soon. But what about you?" And kind of points towards Emlyn and Véda. "Do you
Did I win any, like, anything?
He says, "Yes, the gold is yours."
Oh,
Hands it over to you.
I hand it to Emlyn.
Emlyn takes the gold. Maybe Emlyn goes to get like Fig some strawberries later.
Okay. He says, "You look like you can pack a punch there." Pointing towards Véda.
Well,
What a dig.
Yeah, she'll give it a go. On the off chance that I roll a nat 20.
Yeah.
Guidance.
Okay. As you kind of like rub her like shoulders and stuff.
Rub her
Emlyn is
shoulders. I give her a pat.
Like rubbing our hands together.
Yeah.
Emlyn's like whispering to Fig, being like, "She can't even wear cloaks that are too heavy."
She'll do great.
Okay. As he hands you this axe, and a new thing comes up. It's probably about as wide as Fig's legs. You know, they're pretty hefty logs, and probably about the size of like your chest area. As you are handed the axe, and says, "Please give it a go." Okay. As you bring your axe down, and it just a tiny cut into the side of it, and people are like, "Oh!" You know, people are like really excited to see if you could actually do it. And they're like, "Oh!" And you see this like little chip off the side. You hit into it, but from your I feel like Véda's imagination, like it would explode again, but just
Her little bird arms can't do anything.
yeah. "I am very sorry that you could not do it. It seems our champ is reigning. Anyone else want to take on the challenge?"
Emlyn, go on.
No, thank you.
"I'm not
I'll
afraid
give
of
another
this
shot.
big dog man."
No,
Oh,
he already
man.
gave me his money.
"Why?"
We're friends.
"Very well. Anyone else
Is
want
that-
to take
it
the
means
challenge?"
that I don't have to chop the wood. you know?
I mean, I'm happy to chop wood.
You see, it's
Yeah.
a business relationship.
He says, "Very well. Well, let's see if anyone else can best you. What is your name, sir?"
Who, me?
"Yes, you, the champ.
Oh, Fig.
Fig." "Very well. Fig the champ. He will be here all evening, I suppose, if anyone wants to try to take the title from him." And some people are like, "Yeah, I'll take on the challenge." And, you know, a couple guys head up and start trying to chop it, failing miserably. But it was very nice meeting you. I've never seen anyone break this before. Very well done.
Oh, thanks. Your little thing helps, I guess. I think you should get some of those. It'd be cutting wood very easy. Fuck off.
He just starts asking around the strawberry thuns about buying an axe.
I don't think he can use one. He's not proficient in it. Oh no, wait.
I think
Simple
he can really
weapon?
chop wood, though, innit?
Yeah. Is it a simple weapon?
I think so, yeah.
No, he can use it then. It's fine.
Okay, so where would you like to go now?
Oh, there was a thing with pumpkins and gourds.
Yes, the pumpkin gourd contest.
Oh, is that like different sizes and stuff?
Yeah, it's kind of like you can see a couple of big kind of tent being put up. You know, pumpkin decorations all at the front of it, and a scarecrow. That just says like "welcome" on the sign as you guys kind of walk inwards. I feel like this kind of walking around and stuff. Fig is very much at front, just like walking around and determining where people go.
Yeah.
Emlyn's tiny legs running after.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veda's gonna like keep an eye out for somewhere to get more wine because she does not find pumpkins as exciting as Fig does.
Okay. There's definitely like, you know, wine stalls and mulled ciders and wines.
Cool, she's gonna have some mulled wine.
Okay. It's
Veda's the mum at the play gym.
Yeah, she's a wine mum.
it's just 2 copper, so if you want to mark that down at some point.
To be honest, you guys could probably leave Fig to his own devices because you can see him quite easily
His
through the
head's like
crowd.
above all the stalls.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there are some, you know, taller people, but I think Fig is the biggest here. As you're kind of like walking around as well, you see up on the hill, overlooking this whole area, is a pretty big noble estate. Especially Fig, you can see
See for miles.
yeah, pretty much. You know, a bunch of guards on the wall over there, and you can see carriages and stuff arriving there. You see a couple of like fireworks go off over there, orchestral music as you kind of just see like the whole estate kind of up on the hill there.
I just go to Emlyn and I'm like, is that more like games over there?
I don't know. It looks like they're having their own party, but maybe not one we're invited to. You know what I mean? No. Okay.
Why not? Why can we not go? It looks fun. They have like those big exploding things.
Well, does everyone buy things with, see these little metal pieces, the coins in your pouch?
Yep.
People have that where you're from.
Nope.
Or how about in the elves towns? There are great big houses.
They're in trees and stuff.
So there's not some people that have sort of a lot more stuff than other people.
There's like royalty and stuff.
Exactly. And if they got more stuff than everyone else.
I don't know. I never
Okay.
met them.
So here, that's how it works. And there's some people that have a lot more things than they could possibly need. And then there's other people who can't even feed their families. And it's
That's
very
not fair.
unfair.
Yeah, that's not
Exactly.
fair at all.
Exactly.
How come they get everything?
So really, the people who have an awful lot deserve to have less.
That sounds fair to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
A big
You're very
light bulb
wise.
comes atop of Emlyn's head.
I think we could work together, you and me.
Yeah,
Problem
I like
is,
that.
everyone can see you in a crowd.
Mm-hmm. I can be really small.
Well, can you?
I use disguise self and turn into a human.
Okay. You see
Just like
this
an average
large
Joe.
form shrink down about 3 feet to a kind of normal-sized human.
But if you walked under a tall tree, would you still hit your head?
Yes.
Hmm.
I can also be like a spider or a cat.
You could just be a spider?
Yeah.
I'll bear that in mind.
I turn back into myself.
As you see a child, just like eyes wide, open mouth agape, like holding a candied apple, and it kind of just like falls out of his hand. He's just kind of like
fucking
staring at you
sweet.
guys,
I take the candy apple off the floor.
and he's just like, "Wow, how did you do that?"
Oh, it's just a thing I can do, being a furbolg. Like, is this yours? You can back his candy apple.
Oh, and he kind of looks at you. And you can see like a bunch of dirt and like a leaf like stuck to it. And he says, "Oh."
Oh, here, let me, maybe Emlyn goes and gets the kid a new apple.
Okay.
I eat his old one.
Oh, yeah.
I figured.
Uh,
Emlyn is just, like, immediately distracted by, like, Death's wanting to get this kid an apple.
Okay. As you kind of quickly run off and buy him an apple, he just says, "Oh, that was very nice of you.
It's only fair, isn't it?
I guess."
It's not your fault you dropped it.
No,
Are
wait,
you mo-
he was just really big and then went small and then went big again.
That, yes, he's very strange. Have you got family around?
He kind of like looks around. Yes. And he kind of, has a bit of a weird look in his eye.
Weird look.
Worried.
Can I try
Oh.
roll insight, see if he does have family around?
Sure.
Or is he alone?
Sure.
25.
He doesn't seem to have family around. You can see that he was looking around to be like, "Oh, is there no one around that maybe looks like me?" You can see that he's probably 5 or 10, human child, dirt on the face a little bit, scruffy kind of black hair, freckles, brown eyes, and he's just kind of. You could see this is probably the best day, or the best kind of festival time for him. And he says, "Yes, they're just down there." He kind of points outside the square.
Here, why don't you give them this? And I hand him 5 gold and 2 good berries.
He kind of just like holds them. He kind of quickly puts them into a pouch and he says, "Oh, okay, thank you."
Those would be good to make you feel better if you don't feel so good today, in case you eat too much sweets or anything.
And he just kind of like hugs you onto your leg, and then runs away.
I just wanted to roll to see if
Yeah.
Emlyn like also picked up, because their insight is just like
Yeah.
not very good.
So
They,
that's a
like,
natural
pick up
20.
on whether or not, yeah. So I guess they also pick up on the fact that the kid doesn't have a family,
Yeah.
and they like suddenly catch on.
Yeah.
I guess maybe it's like an area that they're like, oh, okay, I see what's happening here.
Mhm.
It's like familiar. It's like understanding, and maybe they're like encourage the kid to like keep the gold hidden away so that no one can see it, so it doesn't get taken off them or anything.
He says, "Yes, sure." As he kind of runs away, as he kind of sees Véda walking with new wine and things, and he just goes, "Whoa, you have fire here." He says, "Ugh," and he kind of shakes his head and then begins running off again.
How come he doesn't have swords?
What?
Emlyn has swords.
Do you remember when you were younger? Were you not small?
I was like 4 foot, and I was maybe about 5 foot when I was his age.
So you see, I'm grown. I was even smaller when I was young.
Oh my god, you're doing tiny.
Okay.
So you're an adult.
Yes.
You're not just a human child.
What? Can't you see from my face?
I was really confused. I thought you might have been born like old.
Just very old looking. Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you want to go and see big pumpkins or something? Let's go.
Yeah. Oh, those little big pumpkins.
Um,
Just see how truly big they are.
okay. As
Véda like leans down Emlyn and is like, "Would you like some wine?"
I'll get my own drink, thanks. Since I'm an adult.
How is this? Just thinking that you might like some
No,
to,
yes,
tolerate
no,
him.
yes, I understand. It's funny having this festival. We used to have them back home, and they're, sort of a family thing, and it's lots of kids, and you go and look at those pumpkins. I don't even see why he wants to see them, because there must be the normal sized pumpkins for him. And Emlyn just walks off and goes to get cider.
Okay. As
I'm sorry.
as Véda or does Véda go with Fig, or does Fig go by himself?
Yeah, she'll wander over.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
As you guys kind of head over and into the tent, you see pretty big kind of gourds and pumpkins and various bits and pieces, and you can see a couple of them are being done for taste, and but it's mostly the size, and they're hefty size, and you can see this one guy who seems to be in a bit of a heated discussion, a half elf standing with another half elf. They look pretty similar. They seem to be talking about various things, and it seems to be one of them seems very, very angry. He's a bit scruffier looking, long kind of brown hair, and he's kind of holding his pumpkin and saying, "No, this is the best pumpkin. Why are you giving it to him? This is just superior, just better." Fine. As you guys kind of walked around the whole pumpkin array, Emlyn, you kind of make your way back. As you see the guy now kind of rushing out, he slams into Emlyn. He says, "Watch where you're going." He drops his pumpkin that he was carrying, and the pumpkin lands and breaks. Fig and Véda, you see this, and he kind of looks down at it, and then just begins sprinting kind of north direction. As where you saw it crack open, Emlyn, it just slowly begins to come back together. It just slowly kind of regenerates itself. As you guys,
Do I know what it is? Can I tell what's up with it?
as you kind of peer into it a little bit and kind of look around,
No, I think maybe they take a step back to look
Okay.
at it.
you kind of take a step back and make a nature check.
Bet I'm good at that. A strong 3.
Strong
Classic Emlyn roll.
3. It looks like a pumpkin that's regenerating for some reason.
So the people
I take a-
inside the tent see it as well.
Yeah, it's
the
everyone
judges and stuff.
everyone kind of turns and they start getting a bit worried.
Maybe Emlyn looks up, just sort of they've spilt half their pint over themselves, and they're just do they normally do that?
Can I roll nature or anything?
Sure. As you kind of
Like,
guys kind of
okay.
approach over.
13.
Okay. As you kind of go over and inspect it a little bit, a vine comes out, another one, and it starts to rise up as a bunch of other pumpkins that were on the stall kind of roll off, and vines start coming out of their arms. And they stand about the same height as Emlyn. As you kind of go over, and you're not quite sure, but you do notice that the interior of these vines have weird purple roots. And I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh.
Emlyn, you rolled the same. So it's a 14 for you. Fig rolled an 8. And Véda rolled
Did
a
Fig
10.
roll an 8?
Yeah, if it rolls an 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, what are known as veggie pygmies.
Very good.
Rolled a 22.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you said veggie boys there.
The veggie boys, yeah.
That's just what I'm going to refer to them as in my
That's
head
good,
now.
yeah.
Nice.
Veggie boys.
Okay.
How is this pumpkin so quick off the mark?
It's pumpkin
Yeah, that's
ready to
ridiculous.
go.
You weren't kind of expecting it as a bunch of
Emlyn's
the
just
pumpkins.
standing there dripping, and the pumpkins are boom, straight in there. They know what's up.
Yeah, as the pumpkins start moving around, and you see a bunch of people start getting worried. Someone shouts out for some guards. As the pumpkin kind of moves over to you, Emlyn, these ones are actually going to move forward, kind of going across the courtyard towards. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
If I can move 30 feet.
He's ready to die, guys.
I think this one's 1, 2.
Biggest.
So these ones are going to like
Death
start
by
charging.
pumpkin would be the worst.
Yeah,
I know.
very bad.
It's how he'd like to go, to be fair.
That one, and this one's going to come up to there. So 2 of them like kind of turn around, see Fig and Véda, and start chasing after them. And then 2 kind of descend upon Emlyn, and they're going to make a claw attack at you, Emlyn. First one is a 6. As you kind of takes out, you kind of pull out your sword and deflect it quickly. As the other one claws at you again. Is a 14? Misses. As it kind of like tries to dig through your many layers of jumpers and doesn't seem to affect you. And yeah, those ones dashed towards you guys. Emlyn, you're surrounded by pumpkin people.
Oh, I guess I attack.
Go for it. 24. That hit. 10. Oh my god. Okay. That's piercing damage. So as you kind of pierce in with your short sword and drive it out, you see a bunch of the kind of insides of the pumpkin start falling out. It looked like it did damage, but it's kind of like thick, weird, gooey inside seems to be not allowing it to do as much damage as you would hope.
I think seeing them like not stop moving when they're vegetables means that Emlyn is kind of freaked out and they disengage.
Okay, go for it.
As a bonus, and go over and like hides behind Fig.
Okay.
They're actually small enough that they can hide behind just like medium-sized anyone. So
It's true.
maybe over here actually behind Véda.
Okay, so you just like see these pumpkins come to life and you're just like, nope. And begin to dash or run northward towards Véda. Véda, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. I can't really move away without it taking an opportunity attack, can I?
No. Yeah, if you move away. Unless you disengage, but that would be your action.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just try and stab it with my rapier.
Okay.
Since it's right up in my grill.
9.
Oh.
As you kind of go out, the vines of its body kind of wrap around your rapier and kind of pull you off kilter as it just goes wide.
Yeah. And I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery as a bonus.
Okay, nice. So it's DC 13 Wisdom save. That is going to be the one next to you.
Yeah.
That's an 11, so it fails and takes 4 psychic damage.
What do you say?
Pumpkins are disgusting.
As you can see, a bit of the pumpkin like explodes outward and kind of just like starts dripping with this kind of like inside weird pumpkin goo with like purple.
See, I don't.
roots.
Disgusting.
And it's just like Fig.
I'm going to do my symbiotic entity
Okay.
as my action.
Okay. So what's
And
that
then
do?
I'm going to... It gives me 6 temporary hit points. And it makes my Halo Spore stronger. And I get 1d6 to my attack.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my reaction as well to deal 6 damage to it with my angry spores.
Okay. Is it just one target it does? Or
Yeah.
Is it the mushroom that's like the symbiotic entity? Is it like a fungus?
Tis I.
pretty much?
Who's
That's
the
very
symbiotic
cool.
It's
That's
like
very cool.
Tis I, the fun guy.
entity.
so.
Exactly.
What does it look like when you?
I just like sort of pop with like what looks like little fireflies, but it's like little spore lights, and they just go and like fly into its face.
Okay.
So gross, so cool.
So it takes 6 damage.
Yeah.
As it kind of like starts almost kind of like coughing up. You can hear just and kind of like starts hissing. And they all start hissing. Anything else you
Gonna
want
breathe
to do?
fire on us or something. No, that's all I can do.
Okay. As from where you've seen the places you've hit on all of them start to regain, like they start the bit that exploded out of the one that Véda struck seems to like start sealing up
What?
and kind of looks like it has not even been touched now. Same with one that Emlyn struck, and the same with the one that you hit with your spores. And they are going to move forward.
Oh, no.
So 2 claw attacks on you, Fig.
Hits.
Oh my god.
Oh, they both hit! God
It's a
damn it!
17 and 20.
You're determined to kill me.
Yeah, 4 slashing and 4 slashing again. So 8 slashing altogether.
God damn it.
This one's actually going to move forward. There. One's going to attack Emlyn. 8, which is a miss. And Véda with a 14.
Just hits.
Just hits. Ugh. Is 7 slashing as it just rakes you across the chest with its claws. Emlyn.
You're gonna kill us.
Gonna attack.
Okay, go for it.
I actually, I can be in the same space, or move through the same space.
Yeah.
Because I'm tiny, I can just like pop through Veda's legs or something. I guess maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll save the that next one and attack with a short sword.
Okay, that works.
So 17.
You get sneak
Yep.
attack as well.
Oh yes. Okay.
10
so
slashing.
that's plus sneak attack. Oh, 1.
Oh,
That's more than
what?
one.
Okay. As you drive your short sword forward, cut right through it, but it doesn't do as much damage as you would once hope.
And I'm going to use my bonus to attack offhand as well.
Okay, cool.
It seems like they're healing up in between. Oh, it's an 8. It doesn't
And
hit,
that's
does
a
it?
miss.
Does Emlyn not have advantage though, because Véda's still there?
No.
Oh, if I
No.
go around the other side, would I have had advantage for flanking?
Yes, we can do flanking. But you
Is
would-
it too late to have done that now then? Yeah.
And you would have been
Okay.
attack of opportunity by one of them as well, if you went around.
No, I would have gone around the other side of the same.
Oh,
same boy.
that one. Okay.
It's alright, no, I don't need to do it this turn. I feel like that's completely fair though.
Okay. Véda.
Gonna try and flame one of these boys.
Okay.
So I have produce flame.
Okay.
Which I can do as an attack.
Okay.
Although it's ranged, so it'd be at disadvantage, wouldn't it? Because
Yes.
they're right up at me.
Yeah.
Still gonna try.
Just the one in front of you or to your right?
The one to the right.
21, 18 hits. So at disadvantage, it still hits. So you kills it. And as you kind of like burns into flames and starts burning this like purple root, and it seems to not be moving.
Okay, awesome. Set fire to him. Okay, and the bonus, she's gonna cast Vicious Mockery to the one just below her. Or like just the other one that's right next to her.
One of them should have had disadvantage because you had vicious mockery.
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's
oh
fine.
yes.
I forgot which one it was.
Yeah, I forgot what it was.
That's the main reason of Vicious Mockery in this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably still would have hit anyway, because Veda's AC is terrible.
Yeah. I think
Oh, it
the
would
low-
have, because the 14 was the lowest,
Yeah.
so yeah, it would have
Okay.
hit anyway.
It was a 23 and a 14.
So bad.
Okay. So wisdom save from them.
I currently have 15 on my AC and it's the highest AC I've ever had, including on my level 10 character.
Yikes.
Oh no.
Okay, so it takes 1 point of damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll. Fig. Unless there was anything else you want to do, Véda?
No, she's just gonna say, I'll cook you next.
Okay. It kinda starts
Okay,
hissing at
after
you.
Véda says anything, I want Emlyn to be going, ooh, burn. And then like, laughing to themselves in the background.
Oh no.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit with my thing, yeah. 17?
17 hits.
So that's 5 bludgeoning.
So the one in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then 1 poison. And then I'll do my 6 on top of that as well as my reaction.
Okay. And
That's a total of 12.
okay. He dies.
I'm gonna step on his corpse.
Okay.
Crunch, crunch.
As you bring your staff around, smacking him on the kind of face, this pumpkin face, it kind of splinters in as the spores go around him and coalesce, and he doesn't seem to be moving right now. Vegiman's turn. The one that you were standing on begins to reform.
Fuck off.
Uh,
How is he coming back?
but you see the one that Véda killed with fire is not coming back.
So it's fire.
Emlyn.
I am gonna go attack one of them from the other side
Nice. Okay.
as Véda.
Okay. You have to get
Uh,
directly opposite. So it'd have to be like,
Does that mean I would be like there'd be two up
Yeah.
against me? Whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it so it's not that.
okay. So
I do not want
run
two
around,
up against me, please. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So as you run around 23, stab it in the back.
Cool. Do I get sneak attack?
Yes, yeah.
It's in
Because
5
he's
feet of
engaged.
someone else, right?
Yeah,
2 more
again,
points.
that one
And
goes down.
I feel like because it worked last time, I'm going for just as much attack as possible.
Okay, so that one dies, and then the,
Okay.
you kind of stab at the other one that kind of just like backhands your sword away.
Ugh.
Anything else?
Emlyn's unprepared. No, they can't do anything else.
Okay.
They're like 2 pints in. They were thinking it was a nice festival day. I'm very stressed.
Véda.
Okay.
The one in front of you is like got a big gouge out of it still, and the other one seems to be just fully formed as well.
Okay. Just gonna try and flame the one next to her.
Okay, disadvantage. 19. Okay, that's fine.
Nice.
3 damage. As it starts on fire. Still alive, but now on fire. As you can see, some of the roots start burning, and it's kind of like. Anything else?
Can I just vicious mockery again?
Yes, of course. Wisdom save 7. So it now dies for vicious.
They are not wise pumpkins.
They are not. What did you say to it?
Fucking hate pumpkins.
I like this idea of her just sort of like shooting like fire around and like insulting them, but like absolutely furious, just being really rude about the flavor, you know?
Yeah.
Really cutting them deep.
Yeah, just in a sort of like mass of like flaming, like dripping pumpkin, just being like, oh, gross.
Yeah, like as you kind of like launch onto them and kind of have this psychic damage, you kind of like see them shake and then like explode pumpkin, and you get covered in weird like purple root and pumpkin guts. It's like sticky and it smells kind of rotten.
Ugh.
And you're even madder.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Anything you want to do? You want to move or anything?
She'll like shuffle over here a little bit.
Okay, cool.
A little bit closer to Fig.
Okay.
Since he's like big and buff and stuff.
Big and buff and stuff.
Big and buff and stuff. I'm going to seeing how fire seems to be working, I'm going to cast Produce Flame on this guy.
Okay, disadvantage.
17?
No, it's 10.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, because you're in
It's
melee
a ranged
combat.
attack.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I'm going to hit with some spores then.
Okay, so you're using your
Does 10
reaction.
miss?
Yeah, 10 misses.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to throw some 6 damage his way.
So as he kind of starts coughing up, you got this like, it's kind of like front and mouth starts like opening and. Anything else you want to do?
No, it's okay.
As the boy, he starts coughing up and his kind of mouth closes up and some of the wounds produced close up. He is going to swing his claw towards you, Fig. Yeah, 10.
Miss.
That's all he can really do.
He goes for my ankles.
Yeah, as he just like wraps around, vines around you and tries to rake back. It just doesn't seem to break through your kind of thick fur legs. Emlyn.
Gonna attack.
Okay, 15 hits. 6 piercing.
Okay. Is it close enough? Is it in melee? If it's
Yes,
With
it's
six?
in that. So it's sneak
so
attack.
it's sneak attack as well, yeah.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I guess offhand as well.
Okay. It does die on this.
Already.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
As you drive your short sword into it, and kind of like rake out the back, pumpkin guts start flying everywhere. As there's just like a mass of weird purple root and pumpkin guts now like falling all over you and Fig. You can see like Fig's fur is like all mad with it now.
Like instead, they're just like looking around, panicked at like every single pumpkin in the whole place, like
Yeah.
distrusting them.
There's
Can
just,
I
like,
look at the
weird
pumpkins?
focuses on pumpkins, like pumpkin statues, pumpkin art. It's just like
Yeah, like
Sorry.
zooming in really, really close on their face, like.
Can I look at the pumpkins, see if I can see anything that's wrong with them?
While he's doing that, Veda's gonna like set fire to all of the corpses for good measure.
yeah. As you just start like producing flame on all of them, they start burning. And the one that Emlyn just killed, you hear it go as it starts burning away. As you kind of look, Fig, make a nature check.
Can I cast guidance on myself before I do this?
Sure.
It's like, oh, I didn't have to.
Okay.
Nature's not my strong suit. 19.
As you kind of like look at the pumpkins, it's not something that you've seen a lot of. The purple root does seem to be a weird kind of moss, but it's nothing you really know about. But But you have heard stories about, plants coming to life and some moss taking hosts, kind of similar to your mushroom powers, but this seems to be a bit darker magic.
This is like moss problems, and I know moss, and this is bad moss. This is like zombie moss.
As running up to you, it just kind of like hops over the side, seeing that the fight is over, is one of the men you saw talking with the judges. He kind of looked like the other guy. He says, "Are you okay?"
Is he the one that dropped the pumpkin?
No, he looks like they're related though. He kind of comes running over. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Whose pumpkins were these? Who's that guy you're talking to?
Oh, well, that's my brother. But I haven't been to the farm in a while, and he got very upset that we didn't win this pumpkin contest. I mean, the winner was good, and I'm sorry you had to do this. And he kind of looks around and he says, "I don't know where all the guards are. We shouldn't be leaving people to do this. Again, thank you. But I'm now worried about my brother. I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, and he shows up with this, pretty good-looking pumpkins for the contest, and then he just took off. And then all these pumpkins started coming to life."
Where's your farm? Is it nearby?
"Yes, actually, and I'm worried about my father. If more of these pumpkins come to life, I'm worried that he won't be able to handle himself."
I can't talk to cut plants, can I? Like, I can't talk to these pumpkins.
No, you can't talk to dead plants.
Okay. There's this tree here.
There is a tree there, yes.
There's a tree there. I'm gonna go touch the tree.
Okay.
I asked the tree if it senses anything that could harm it in this area, like any bad sort of funguses or diseases.
It seems okay right now. It's getting nourishment and doesn't seem to be sick or anything.
Okay, good. I pat it. The tree doesn't know anything.
Funny that.
Maybe Emlyn turns to the guy and is like, "See, you're saying about there's no guards. We saw a whole bunch. Looked like they were up at some kind of fancy party, kind of different from this one. Does that always happen?"
Yes, they like to show off their power. The Nutwa. They're nobles, new nobles actually, and most of the guards get shoved over there.
Oh, with the sad lions and stuff. No, I know those.
Yeah. So they're having their own party and want their own guards, and look how well we're doing with our whole army here. But the rest of us are just left to obviously let pumpkins come to life and attack us in the street. I do think it's Alexander's fault. He's the captain of the guard. He should know better.
What time is it now, by the way?
It's probably like 7, half 7, 8.
So it's not coming up on Véda's performance time or nothing.
Oh yeah. He says,
Did your brother bring any more pumpkins, or is it just these ones?
just these ones, only the few that we brought. But I've been tending to the stalls here in town, and I have my own house here in town, so I haven't had a chance to go back.
So you
and-
haven't been to the farm.
No, not
Can
me.
I see if he's? Can I see if he's lying?
Sure, make an insight check.
18.
18. He seems to be telling the truth. He doesn't seem to be. He seems to be very concerned about, his brother and father and pumpkins and stuff.
I was just making a note that Alexander was the captain of the guard, and I wrote pumpkin of the guard.
He's the
It's
pumpkin.
all
Because we're all
connected.
talking about pumpkins.
Jack, Pumpkin King. Okay.
Don't suppose they're...
writing notes while doing stuff.
He says,
How far away is your brother's farm?
it is only just up the road, a bit to northeast. Not long, about 10-minute walk.
Well, this seems a very nice festival. Be ashamed to have it ruined again. What'd you say to going out to this farm?
We can go
Emlyn's
look.
talking to the others.
We can go look, see what's up. Ease this guy's problems. I do
Can you-
need a little bit of healing though.
Yeah, do we need a break or...
Yeah, can we sit down for like 5 minutes?
I mean, Véda can heal. But
Oh,
if we
no.
take an hour, we're going to take too long.
Just because I want to get my wild shapes back, and also I want to get my little bit of hit points left back. How long is a short rest, Sandy?
An hour.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, we can go.
You got berries, right? If it was hit points.
Oh, yeah, I've got the berries.
Spellcasting.
I'll eat 2 berries. Cool, I eat 2 of the berries.
Okay.
But now I only have 1 wild shape.
Okay. He introduces himself as Bellaman, he's kind of a lot nicer kept than his brother was. You saw him, he was kind of like really ragged, and he says he's just not very well. But we should go quickly if we can.
Okay.
Cool. I guess maybe we've like talked to a couple of people that were like judging or like running stores and stuff, being like, maybe clean this up. Seems like there's no danger anymore, but clean this up.
Okay. They say, yes, I'll get right on it, no worries. And you see this guy kind of come over and start brushing us away. And one of the judges comes over and says, right, everyone, get back to the festival. We'll be sure this is all sorted as you guys kind of run out towards the city. Coming in the main entrance.
I could just say before they leave, if they start coming back, burn them with fire.
Yeah, the judge guy goes, yes, just burn them with fire. And they go, burn them.
Oh, well, okay. There's no need to scare the kiddies or anything. I don't think there's going to be any more danger.
Burn them.
Oh, okay.
Children now running around the sparklers, going, burn them, burn them.
Okay. We don't have any like healing potions or anything, do we?
No. Is there a shop open that we can maybe get some at?
Not at this time, no, unfortunately.
I've got all my spells and stuff, so I've got healing.
Yeah, you've spelled stop.
I know, but
so stop moaning.
Also, I would have given you all 3 berries.
Good berries are like a hit point each, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just gonna chow all 3 of them.
Okay.
Do you need any more? Because I've got an
No.
extra 1.
I'll be okay. Keep that just in case.
Let's go.
So
Pumpkin
While
power.
while we're walking up to this farm, can Véda just be like, okay, so Vic,
Yes.
you seem fairly observant
Yes.
about a lot of things.
I
Have
like
you
to think so.
noticed that lots of people are lots of different sizes, and maybe you should stop bringing it up all the time?
Oh. I mean, yes, I'm sorry.
It's very rude.
Sorry, I'll make sure to kind of keep that sort of stuff to myself. I just get excited and I shouldn't pry into other people's businesses or anything. Sorry again. I apologize, Emlyn.
Oh, you doing it now?
Oh, I was gonna,
No,
yeah.
you're going to do it later. I was just asking whether you're saying, like, I'm doing it. Or if you're like, I will.
I'll waddle on back to Emlyn.
okay, as Emlyn, you're
Like-
always trying to keep up with the larger people as you're a bit slower.
I'm sorry about commenting on your size earlier and saying I thought you were a child. I didn't mean
That's
any harm by
fine.
it.
No, you obviously don't know anything. It's just, it was never really a problem back home. We had a bit of a mix, but it was things like the counters in bars. They always had a low bit, and here it's not always like that. Just little things.
Yeah, I know what it's like. Like I have to like lean down to look into counters.
I
People
suppose
don't really
you don't fit in anything.
know. Like ever since being in this town, everything's really small. Well, probably not. Probably it's just like the roof. I've never really been anywhere with a roof. Kind
I'm
of
sure it's
small.
very strange. I didn't mean to snap. It's just weird being at this sort of festival because I'm used to doing this kind of thing back home.
What's your home like?
It just sort of feels. It's not very exciting. It's just home.
It sounds nice. I like fields.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Have you been there recently or anything? Because if
No.
you miss it, we can always go there.
I'm kind of traveling at the moment. I kind of stayed in the same place for a really long time, so it's kind of a new leaf, actually. Exciting new adventure. So probably not gonna be going back for a wee while.
Well, if you ever feel the need, we can always go back.
Well,
As you continue running, you hit the pumpkin patch of the farm.
Are we running?
Yeah, or walking at a quicker pace.
imagine I said that super out of breath.
Yeah.
So out of
Yeah.
breath.
I think you're walking at a bit faster pace. As Bellaman says, this is the farm, and he kind of points, and you see it like just up a little hill, and you see the farm kind of covered in pumpkins and grains. Fig, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Sure. 51.
21. Okay. As you kind of approach the house, You notice there's a broken window and a small candlelight flickering inside. As you kind of look around this whole pumpkin patch and field of grains and other vegetables, they don't seem to have that weird purple root that you were kind of concerned about. As Bellman says to Véda, does your hair give off any light or anything? I don't want to, in case something weird's happening.
It can, if you needed to.
No, I wonder if you could calm it down a little bit, just in case.
Okay, just do that.
What happens when you turn off your hair a little bit?
Just kind of like it's less volume.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a auburny kind of color.
He kind of says, very strange, but should be fine. I'm not very good at this kind of thing, so I will stay back a little bit, just in case there's more things. Could you investigate my house for me?
Isn't it your dad who's inside?
Yes,
You want to go speak to him?
I don't know if there's more pumpkin people.
We don't even know him. What's his name?
Yeah, you might get a bit of a fright if any of us go in there.
My brother's name is Emlyn. My father, you just call him Emlyn.
What do you mean you just call him Emlyn? Is that his name, or...?
Well, yeah, but it kind of. You just call him Emlyn.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, we've got your back if you don't want to go past the pumpkin things.
Yes,
But
I don't
It
want
just might be a bit weird if we go in.
How about, I'd say some of us look a little more unusual than others, so maybe I can pop in just to see.
That could be a good idea. You're pretty stealthy, right?
Well, I can try.
I cast guidance on Emlyn.
Okay.
There's like a wee candle in the window in it.
Yeah, you just see like.
It's
a
not
small-
like dark in there.
No, it's not
Cool.
pitch black. No.
I guess
and
if
you
the
can see
others
the
like
kind of
come up.
moonlight coming through the windows and stuff as well.
Okay.
Emlyn, I can check in on you. Can
Well, I
cast
mean-
message.
Well, you can come up to the door. I mean, don't just stand out here.
I will, but I meant if you sneak a little bit ahead, I can check in.
All right, we'll do that.
What would you like to do, Emlyn?
Yeah, if the others come with me up to the door, then I kind of want to. I don't know if I want to knock. Like at all. I guess maybe not, right? I guess they just try the door. Is it open?
Okay, so he's going to move forward and.
Yeah, but assuming the others are coming with.
Okay, is everyone going up then?
Yeah, can we try and move quietly?
Okay, yeah, make a stealth check.
Sweet. I'm great at stealth. 9.
Oh.
16 for Emlyn. Véda is a 12. Cool. Okay.
Mediocre at best, guys. You got this.
So as you approach the door, Véda, you notice off to the side there's a broken window there, glass smashed inwards, and as you kind of like peer inside, you notice that the floor, the ceiling, and the walls are all covered in this purple root, and you also see like small growing pumpkins in there.
Do you manage to pass that on before I've just like got to the door?
Yeah, you'd also see this as well as you were kind of coming up to it as well.
Peering over the windowsill.
Yeah, as you kind of look inside, you notice a bunch of purple roots and pumpkins and stuff growing up there.
Are we going in?
Maybe. I don't know if sneaking around is going to be right. So I guess maybe Emlyn does knock on the door, but like pretty quietly.
Okay.
And is like, Emlyn?
So as you kind of, just a bit lightly, as you kind of hit on the door kind of almost swings open a bit slightly, as you see a faint shadow cast by the candlelight as a man sitting at a table just breathing heavily.
You all right there?
And just kind of huffing.
Do you want to come outside or?
Make a perception check for me, Emlyn. 19.
Yo, my
Nice.
perception is 0.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
As you kind of like peer around to look inside a bit more, you notice that there seems to be someone just covered in the roots. not moving, not breathing, and they just seem to be lying there.
Does the person at the table look older?
No.
It doesn't look like the guy that we saw earlier.
It looks similar to the guy you saw earlier, but it's hard to see because of the
Okay.
shadow of him. But he does have like this long, shoulder length hair, and
So like same kind of hair and stuff as the guy that we saw who's
Yeah.
a brother.
and then you see, because your perception check was pretty good, you do see like a more grey hair on the one on the floor.
Guys,
What's going on?
I think, I don't know, maybe he's feeding the dad to the pumpkins or something. It doesn't look good.
Doesn't sound so good. What do we do?
Do you want to talk to him in case you can sort of calm him down, or
I'm not good at talking to people. Véda, you
not
try it.
you?
I was saying Véda.
Okay, I'll try.
So you're gonna move inwards or just from the door?
Yeah, like, does it look like the door would lead into the same?
Yeah, you see that it looks like more over this way. Is
I've
it
forgotten the name of the brother. Do you know what the brother's called?
Bellaman or
No, sorry, the other brother.
Elkin?
Belkin and Bellaman.
Yeah, Elkin and Bellaman.
Are they twins?
They looked like brothers. Hard to say if they were twins. Roughly the same age. As you kind of go up to the door, Véda.
Is it open?
Yeah, and it's kind of like a bit open where Emlyn kind of pushed it open. As you see them just sitting there.
Don't go too deep in.
And just seems to be sitting at the table.
Hello?
He turns to you. His face now covered in deep purple veins, as his head almost turns completely 90 degrees.
Ooh.
As he kind of like his arms twitch out, and you see on the floor where this now looks deceased elderly man, and something starts wriggling around in its chest, as both the spine of Elkin, Bellaman's brother, rips open and crawls out this large fungus-like creature, large kind of mushrooms on its head, and it kind of falls down, and a creature just stands now in front of you, and popping out of the father, one of the kind of smaller, kind of looks like almost like a cucumber man with vines for hands.
It would be funny if it wasn't so horrifying.
Yeah. It's like a Cloudy with Chance Meatballs too.
I mean, is it?
What?
It's a really good
I haven't
film.
seen
I
it,
never
but all
saw
I can
it.
imagine.
Oh my god,
is
it's so good.
all I can imagine is just like meatball people. That's the image that you've conjured.
I didn't want to taint the original, so.
No, the second one's really good.
It's okay.
Hot debates. Hot debates. Do we have like time before anything happens?
Yeah, as you see this, like things are now just like exploding out alien style from the old man's stomach and the spine of this. What would you like to do?
Can I put cooking oil out on the floor
Okay.
and tip the candle over?
Holy shit! We're in the room.
Okay.
Emlyn's done. I feel
They're
like
burned to death.
when they're ready to fight, they're ready to fight.
Okay. So the candle's
This
like
seems
on,
very bad.
on this table over here.
Oh,
So-
over here?
Yeah, it's
Oh
like on that
god,
table
that's so. Wait.
So if
Okay.
you'd have to like
Where is it?
on that table just at the forward.
Can I get there?
You could, yeah, as you kind of like run over.
Okay.
I would say you got one action, so either pouring the oil and tipping the thing is two actions, so you can start
Okay, I
it.
guess I pour oil, and I
Okay.
want to pour it.
I was gonna say, if you like
Around.
chuck oil on the floor, Véda can set it on fire.
Then yeah, hopefully Véda can figure out what's up.
Okay, put yourself in position where you want as you
Also,
start throwing oil and stuff around.
How long did it take to speed walk here?
Probably like 15, 20 minutes.
Damn it. Okay, damn it.
Why?
Can I cast symbiotic entity again?
It takes, was it 10 minutes to,
What? Yeah,
or something?
it takes 10 minutes to cool down, but if I can drop it. So
So-
has it been long enough for me to use it?
At least so.
Cool.
So as you get that up, Véda, is there anything that you want to do?
And set fire to the oil that Emlyn's chucking on the ground.
Okay, So everyone's still inside.
It's fine.
Maybe Emlyn's done this before, you know? When she went before.
Okay.
You don't know.
Okay. I'll do.
You know, they're like strangely specific about how they're throwing the oil.
They're both just dead, right?
They're not
They
moving.
don't
Yeah.
get up.
And like you can see, like
So
it's
it's gonna
now
be
like
okay burning
ruptured out
them.
of his stomach, and the other one's like ripped out of its spine.
Okay, cool. They're dead. Fuck it. Burn them down.
Okay. So as you begin lighting on fire, is this? What would you do? Produce flame on it?
Yeah.
But where is this happening? I thought it was over here.
Yeah, but the oil. Where do you want to cast it? Like.
Yeah, because that's by the door.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
where's the oil?
I
Yeah.
mean, like,
Where's Emlyn chucking the oil on the floor?
wait. I'm so sorry. I don't know how to use this thing, so I'm gonna try. Yeah, I guess it has to be where I walked, but as close as possible to like the danger.
Okay.
Like they don't want to just throw it
Ma-
by the door that
Yeah,
means
ma-
that everyone can get out.
Make make an attack and just a d20 plus your dexterity modifier.
So can I just click dexterity?
Yeah. 9.
Oh,
Okay.
my dex is so good and my rolls are so bad.
So as you hold on to your oil, as you kind of like about to launch it a bit more forward to localize it, and it kind of like slips out your hand and it just goes a bit further than you would like to. So
I mean, if it's nowhere useful, Véda won't set it on fire.
Yeah. It ends up being like over here, if you can see that.
I feel like if it's further away from the door than we are, then it's maybe still helpful. Maybe also Emlyn assumes that like Véda is made of fire. She'll
Just
be
chuck
fine.
oil at her.
Yeah.
And you know, you can see this entire room's covered in this stuff, and it seemed to be pretty flammable as you lit it on the people last time. So it's up to you whether you want to light it or not, Véda.
Maybe I'll wait until we're not about to get caught on fire too.
Okay, on this we shall roll initiative.
I feel like Emlyn might still do it, unless you
Nice,
can.
18.
If you yell, then maybe they won't. But if you don't, then maybe they will.
We have the same initiative, creepy guy.
Ooh, wow.
Thorny.
So many good rolls. Why is Emlyn the most dexy person and not get good dex stuff?
I feel like that totally suits their character.
That happens to me with Cal all the time, though, doing anything apart from stealth checks.
Yeah.
Like, sleight of hand is like nat 1 and a nat 1 on advantage.
So as this large creature just like breaks out the spine of what was Elkin, now just lands on the floor and kind of looks at you. Véda, it's your turn.
Oh, damn. Okay. I'm gonna cast Produce Flame at this guy, because he looks
Okay.
scarier.
Yeah, the
Is
thorny.
Is that the like
The
great
big thorny guy.
the great big alien came out? Thorny,
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
all fours guy. Okay.
17. That hits. 7 fire damage.
7.
Damn.
Nice.
Okay.
Fuck
Boy.
that guy.
Yeah, you could do your vicious mockery if you want.
Yeah, Vicious Mockery I meant to.
13. Dex, wisdom save. It's 4. God, these guys suck. Take
That's
4.
great.
What do you say to this like weird quadruped mushroom guy?
Don't know, I can't think of anything good.
Food related humor. Done.
Ah.
Food.
You look like shiitake.
Something about
That's pretty good.
something about being grilled. You know,
You look like shiitake is pretty good though.
it's a pumpkin though.
He
He's a
just looks
mushroom.
he looks more mushroomy. He doesn't look like a pumpkin.
Oh,
I was actually
what?
looking at mushroom puns to tell. I got 2, I think.
Right. Oh, wait. Like, oh, you could take a leaf out of Fig's book because you're not
Do you
a
want
fun
spore?
guy.
Oh.
Good.
Can you take any spore?
Stop.
I hope you're writing these down, Véda. I hope you're ready.
Get
So
my level, Véda.
as a
We see Véda pause and we're just like throwing out like very bad jokes, the worst pun.
the thing kind of like shakes his head and in a bit of pain as you see this kind of like blue oily blood come out of his nose. Fig, what would you like to do?
I am going to cast Chill Touch
Okay.
on him.
Ooh,
Nat 20!
27 with the crit.
Oh, that's really bad. 7?
7.
Yeah, that's 7 damage.
Why don't I see that?
Is that what it does?
A little hand comes up and like grabs it, and it's all spooky hand.
Okay.
And also, he can't heal
Okay. So
for
this
another round.
spectral hand comes up and like yanks at this guy.
I'm gonna move closer.
Okay. Chill
And-
touch. Not a touch spell.
Yeah, surprising.
Yeah.
And I'm
Weird.
gonna send my spores at him for 6 damage.
Okay. Nice. As the spectral
That's
hand
the
comes
first
out.
nat 20 I've rolled in forever.
Yeah, it is
In
actually.
years.
As then the spores seem to extrude. Spores versus spores. It's a massacre. Anything
Spore
else? you wanna do?
boys versus spore boys. No, that's good.
As this guy moves over to Véda, since you're the closest, and is going to claw attack you. Yep, natural one. Good shit. As he as he swings out of you, you just kind of like you don't even move. He just like swings wide, and you're just kind of looking at him.
Just give him a dirty leg.
Yeah. Emlyn.
I feel like since I've not been discouraged, no, I guess maybe I won't set the whole place on fire yet. I'm not like actually fighting with this big monster.
You are engaged in him, yeah.
Oh.
He's within 5
Can I,
feet
if I
range of
go
you.
around the other side, but I'm like circling them?
That's fine.
Does
yeah.
that mean that's fine, right?
Yeah.
I'm still
As long as you don't
fighting,
leave
okay.
that 5-foot range, you're okay.
Okay, because I want to go opposite Fig so that it's like flanking
Advantage.
kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I want to attack with a short sword.
19 hits.
Nice.
And a
7
damage.
is sneak attack, right?
Yep.
6 sneak attack,
Yep.
yo.
As this thing comes into life, it is ended so quickly. I didn't even get a chance to fight with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Didn't do my offhand yet.
Yeah. I mean, you can if you want.
What, on the dead corpse?
If you want. I mean, there's a guy right next to you as well. You could move over and stab him if you want.
Oh, can I do that and still
Yep.
attack them?
As you
that's
kind of like stab
wild.
into this guy twice, his quadruped body just like falls down.
Does
A
it
bunch
look,
of
does
spores
it look
go
like
in the air.
it could come back to life?
Who knows?
He's not allowed to heal this round.
Oh, that's true. You cannot heal.
Ah.
I don't know if I'm gonna set everything on fire. It's not like the when Véda like set them on fire before, right? It wasn't like they were flammable; they were just like leaves. If I like put the candle on the one that's just gone down, like
Mm.
that's not gonna do anything, right?
It might. You don't know. You can always try. I mean, you've already used your action to attack once, so
So you're not gonna let me bonus? Yeah, no, that makes sense.
it would be bonus to attack or disengage or dash. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, well, I guess I do just go over here and attack the other one then,
Okay.
if it's still like a threat, in the hope that
Mhm.
the others have a bit more effective fire than I do.
Okay. Cool. 21 hits.
Yeah.
3 damage. Okay. Dude, I'm so sad. He didn't even get to like do anything.
You almost murdered us in the test, so I kind of feel like
So as this thing, you could see some of it trying to form back together, but the spectral hand that was there before
Flicks
seems-
it away.
yeah, just kind of like keeps breaking it apart and like ensures that it doesn't heal, and you could just see the life leave it as he is now dead. For
Irma
good.
dead. Sweet.
Yeah. Véda, this thing was trying to attack you and missed.
Just gonna try and like flame it because
Okay.
that seems to work.
So it'd be a disadvantage.
I don't know.
That
but
still hits.
actually you're opposite me, so yeah.
I don't think it's. I'm not sure if it's spells.
Oh, because it's ranged. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was dumb.
Yeah, so still hits with 1 damage. That's fine.
But one fire damage.
It's true. It's 1 fire
So-
damage. Anything else you want to do?
Guess she'll vicious mockery it as well.
3. They cannot save for the life of them. Okay, good shit.
Pumpkins are so overrated.
Okay, as he kind of like shakes his head, and you see this more blue liquid start coming out of their mouth. Fig,
I'm gonna produce flame.
stop producing flames.
I'm gonna produce it. 22.
22 hits,
So that's 3.
3 damage,
And
and
I'm gonna send.
he's
Oh, it's dead. Okay, cool.
As you start burning them up, and their purplish roots that kind of surround their body starts going on fire and flames.
Well then, can we look around the room?
Sure.
Sorry, sort of had this moment where I panicked and thought we had to maybe set the house on fire, which we could still do, but maybe we should look around first. It was very tense.
That big guy was kind of scary.
Is there still like the weird gross finds everywhere?
Yes.
Let me see where they're coming from.
Make an investigation check, and whoever wants to loot the place, you can do that if you want.
I would like to loot the place. Is this just like a window back to the back of the house?
Yeah, 6 for your investigation, Véda. It's hard to say. They're kind of just everywhere.
Can I try and nature it?
What are you trying to discern?
Where the source of the pumpkins are.
Okay.
10.
Again, it's like you kind of like follow a couple of roots all over the place. It's really hard to discern. They're just all over the place, like covering the ceiling. It's hard to say where they're really coming from.
If I put produce flame into my hand,
Yeah.
to be like a torch, and then just hold one of the vines,
Mm-hmm.
what happens?
It just burns it.
Can I? No, sorry.
Is Emlyn looting the place?
Well, I was gonna maybe ask Fig to like help me, and be like, we're looking for clues. Sort of anything, papers that might find out what happened, or also any of those little shiny coin pieces. So if you see any of those, let's have a look.
Do I roll perception for that, looking out for it, or do I roll investigation?
That they're like looting the place though.
I am genuinely also looking to see if there's like papers or like seeds or like any info about like how this happened.
Okay. I mean,
But
yeah,
also,
you do hear this conversation. They weren't hiding it, so.
Is this investigation just an advantage on Emlyn, or is it like perception?
No, it'd be investigation.
Okay, I'll just AD you, Emlyn.
okay, is it investigation? Yeah.
Yeah, investigation.
Okay.
21.
I actually have I'm like proficient in it.
Yeah, so 21. It's good.
Love looting.
So, as you kind of loot around, you do find about 3 gold pieces lying around in some of their pockets.
Oh, that's
as well.
really sad.
Farmers.
Emlyn takes like one and leaves the other.
Do you really need to take that?
I'm not taking all of it. We've done a lot of
Well-
work here. We've done a lot of work here.
Can maybe give it to the guy outside.
Yeah, the brother is right outside.
Should we invite him in, or should he?
And we
see
can
this?
give him 2 gold pieces. All right, fine. They don't have much.
I feel like Véda is just scowling.
If you want it so badly, I will give you a gold.
No, they had a lot of misfortune. It's fine. Do we find anything else? Like any other like information about clues? Do we find any clues?
Do we find a clue? You do. On the body of Emlyn, you find a note that's kind of got this weird black, like it's almost been like burnt, but it doesn't crumble as well. And it says, "Thank you for your visit. I hope all is well. May your harvest be plentiful. Hope to see you soon in the Kingston Tree Mire again."
Is it signed off?
No.
Not with a letter or anything. Do we know the Kingston Tree Mire?
It doesn't ring any bells. Make a history check, Emlyn, since you're the one of this empire. 14. You know it's you might have read it or heard about it somehow, but it's a swamp far to the south of the empire. And it's really far away.
What was the name of the evil brother? Not the evil brother, but the one that got pumpkined up.
Got pumps.
Elkin. Elcan.
Just writing this down, sorry.
That's okay.
This brother, Elkin, went down to the Kingston Tree Mire.
Yeah. And you know
and then
what,
he came back.
Yeah.
And like
apparently.
now his house is covered in pumpkins.
Yeah. But you know Kingston Tree Mire is from here is probably like a month and a half journey.
Cool. I guess we go back outside and give the brother the money and show him the letter and kind of try and like gently explain what we saw inside and tell him that it might be that we need to burn the roots and maybe he wants to go and look first, but
okay.
It's kind of gross in there, try and like prepare him.
But he might want to get his family out so he can bury them or something.
You kind of see Bellaman hiding behind some bushes and trees as you guys come out and explain what kind of happened.
Who wants to explain it to him?
I was imagining that was me doing it, but I didn't have to actually do it in my voice.
As you explain it to him, he says, well, I mean, I haven't seen him in 2 weeks, but he hasn't left. If you say he's been to Kingston Tremire.
So, not him or your dad couldn't have been down there?
I don't think so. I mean, it takes a long time to get down there. You know, we met a couple of weeks ago for some food, and they all seemed happy enough.
Were there other buddies inside, or is it definitely just the two of them?
It just seemed to be the two of them. There are pumpkins and stuff, but they didn't seem to be fully formed.
And does it seem like the buddies are like separate enough from the viney stuff that they could get out, or?
But the brother, he was free of it, but the father had been looked, you know, kind of Stranger Things Barb style, just like stuck in a.
Mm.
Do you want me to get them out? I say to the guy.
I don't know. Is it going to be bad for them?
Well, I can burn the roots around them and pull them out if you want.
I'm just worried about the rest of the farm.
Well, how about you could always go and see him if there's anything you want to say, spend some time, and then maybe we could, you could kind of make it like a whole funeral if you gotta burn the place anyway.
Yeah. And he kind of just like comes to the realization that his kind of whole family's dead. And he kind of just like looks at the ground. I do appreciate you doing this, but I didn't think it would be so forthright in their death.
Véda's just gonna give him a little pat on the shoulder.
That perhaps we just burn it. I don't want to go inside. And from what you tell me of what's happened, I don't want to see them like that.
All right, so I guess we help. We
Just
help,
light it up.
but burn it all then. If he seems like sure.
Is he sure about this, Sandy?
He says, yes.
Okay.
Just light it. And he kind of just like looks away.
Everybody out.
Véda'll give him a little pat on the shoulder.
Yeah, we all go out and help light it on fire. I guess maybe not me. You guys can make fire happen.
I mean, yeah, it's like a simple wood structure and a couple of good produced flames. And quickly goes up, and you hear the hissing and screeching of the vines inside, and he just kind of looks away. He kind of goes into his chest and pulls out into his shirt and pulls out a holy symbol. He kind of just holds it and he says,
This tree here. Sorry, Karen.
This tree. Yeah. No, he's just kind of saying a prayer, holding his holy symbol.
I want to talk to the tree.
Okay.
I put my hand on the tree, and I'm like, has it been weird around here for long? What vibes do I get?
You get this feeling like it's a bit uneasy. You know, you get the sense it's been a little while, not too long though. Doesn't really have concept of time.
Did your master, did the person who lived here leave recently for a long time?
It doesn't seem to know. It's kind of just like they come and go.
Make sure it's well.
Yeah, it seems happy enough. You do feel that it's trying to protect itself though.
Yeah, from the fire.
That and the kind of purple roots.
It's dealt with now, and the fire will be gone soon. You shouldn't catch. You're far enough away, I'd say.
As the tree starts burning. No, I'm joking.
Ah!
That'd be fucking brutal, Sandy. You can't do that.
You
You
can't
can't
do
build
that
up
to
our
me.
emotional attachment to that tree.
You burn the whole forest down. No, as you kind of are able to control the fire, especially Véda, can ensure that the fire is more localized. A couple of minutes go past and it catches very quickly, and you can just see now the cinders of the house collapsing on itself.
Well, it's been an evening. Isn't it about time we perform?
Emlyn is like taken off their jumper, which is like covered in pumpkin gunk, and like rolled up their sleeves, and they're like sitting like with their like head in their hands, just like this is like fucking grim. They're expecting like what a good, like they woke up, they got like a little trip in a boat. They're expecting a lovely festival, want some spices.
Yeah.
Anyway, now they're having a sad time.
Oh no.
Bellarmine says, well, we can rebuild this and it will be better. But we must go see the captain of the guard. I'm sure if Alexander put more guards in, this wouldn't have happened. You know, maybe if they came out to the farms more regularly, that they could check up on everyone.
Yeah, it does seem to be lacking of people protecting the place.
And be sure to get a reward for doing this. None of those people should get paid.
Véda's gonna give him 10 gold to put towards like rebuilding the place.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's like said that, then I feel like maybe Emlyn feels like very guilty, and Fig just gave them a bunch of money, so like they give another like 5 gold.
It is very rare that you meet nice people like you. You have risked your life to help me, but just a lowly merchant, so I do appreciate it. And you always have a place to stay with me if you need it. Well, eventually anyway. Maybe we'll get this farm going again. Thank you.
We're sorry this had to happen to you.
Yeah.
Do you want us to walk you back to town?
No, I'm going to sit here for a bit. But go see Alexander and have some words with him.
Where do we find Alexander? I say to the others.
He's the captain of the guard.
How do we find someone like that?
Well, by the sounds of things, he is at that house on the hill.
Do you have to play soon?
He isn't your thing soon.
Véda?
Yeah, what time is it?
It's probably like hitting 8:30 and takes about 20 minutes to walk back.
Head back and
Yeah.
try and find Alexander when it's not this fancy party. Or after you've played, maybe.
Yeah, we're not invited to the party.
Well, I'll play first.
Bellarmine says, if you want to go see Alexander, he doesn't go out on the streets. He's in the Hall of Justice, or the Lion's Den, as people normally call it, just in the Silverside district next to the square. He'll be there.
Would he be there now? Do you know?
Probably. He's more of a pencil pusher than anything else. He's no real honor to that man.
Okay. So should we start heading back then? Leave this guy to his, goodbyes?
Yeah, I guess we like pat him on the shoulder and head off.
Okay. Walk down the hill towards the town. And you see this kind of like now embering farmstead with Bellarmine just kind of sitting on his knees, holding his holy symbol and kind of just looking at it. As you make your way back to town, with the festival still going and it seems to have turned around a little bit, you make your way into the main market square. What would you like to do?
Well, Véda's gonna head to the inn to get changed
Okay.
out of pumpkin goo splattered clothes.
Oh, actually, on the way back, can I kind of ask the others? I guess maybe like Emlyn is like a little bit quiet walking back, and like maybe vaguely asks the others about if they've got family that they go back and visit or not.
I have family in Sisan, but I haven't been home for a little while. I want to travel a little more.
And you know Zisan being the opposite empire to this one.
Oh, sure.
I think it just kind of looks a bit sad. He says, I don't know where my family are, and that's kind of why I'm out with you guys. I'm trying to find them.
Are they back in the other place or out here somewhere?
No, I don't. They're out here somewhere, but I don't know where.
Well, if we do come across them, they'll probably be easy to spot.
That's true.
So we've probably got some pretty good chance there.
I hope so. I'm sure I'll find them. They're, it's like a little village and stuff. I can remember that. And they're all pretty cool, I think.
All right, we'll keep a lookout for anyone extremely tall and furry and very cool seeming.
Yes. Please do. Let me
Sure we'll
know.
get there.
Emlyn,
Yeah, we'll
do you have family anywhere?
Same as you, just back home.
Do you miss them?
That's it. Dramatic moment. We've got to the pub. Oh, it's time for your slot.
Yeah. Yeah, as you make your way into the town, and you kind of enter into the bar, as the elf Jean-Luc says, "You are covered in pumpkins. Go upstairs and get changed before you have to go on. It's almost time."
Okay, I will.
And you can see him being a bit frantic as someone's already playing, and you do hear people getting a bit restless that it's not very good. The plucking's all terrible, and it's really discordant, and people are just like, oh.
Does Véda just kind of like pull off one outfit and she has like another incredible outfit on underneath? She's got. It was supposed to be like a halfway through the set costume change, but boom, she's ready.
You can't carry the weight of 2 outfits.
Oh no, that's true. That's true. My mistake.
As you go upstairs and get changed, what do you change into?
I don't know. She's got a couple options. I imagine probably a lot of her like performance outfits are like made of like chiffon and tulle and stuff, and very light fabrics, so she can like move around.
And what instrument are you going to be playing?
I think I'm gonna go lute.
Okay, classic.
Yeah.
Before she goes up, I'm gonna pat her shoulder and say, "You're gonna do great," and cast guidance.
Okay. Do you know you're casting guidance, by the way, Fig, or do you just kind of do it and it just feels right?
He knows.
He's just really enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Fig just thinks he's like really believing that everyone's going to do a great job, and then after a while he's like realized that like it
It's
translates
actually
into a real effect. Yeah. That his belief is like becoming something in the real world.
Can Véda cast bardic inspiration on herself?
I don't actually know. I think so.
Don't you have to like hit a level to inspire yourself? Maybe that's not true.
Maybe. So, like,
Just really cocky.
Yeah. One creature other than yourself. Yeah.
Damn.
So.
Would have done it if she could.
So as you head up on stage, what does your outfit look like as you head up?
I think just a like kind of dark grey, black, kind of sparkly dress
Okay.
with a big
Classic.
floaty skirt. Because she's not dancing, she's gonna play some music and
Yeah.
sing.
It's nice with like the fiery hair as well.
Yeah,
As the kind of
keeping it classy.
you see these kind of like hooded lanterns like put into your direction. You can feel the heat from them, but you're probably used to it as they kind of like
Yeah.
spotlight you a little bit as everyone kind of goes quiet.
Doesn't bother her.
As you can roll performance.
Go Véda.
I'm so scared.
Okay.
You have guidance.
I'll do that.
So it was a 7.
You're distracted by the pumpkin
4.
smell.
Yeah.
Definitely, I still smell like pumpkins.
Yeah, it's kind of like scrunch your nose. You're a bit distracted about everything that happened tonight, but you know you have a job to do and you kind of get it down. You play it nice. People seem to be into it. Some people are not, and they kind of just turn around and start drinking and talking. But you know,
I feel like Emlyn and Fig are maybe like in the front row, like proper like clapping.
I think Fig's gonna be like, "Hey,
Oh,
everyone."
Fig's gonna do their own thing.
No, I want to see if you wanted to dance.
Me?
Yes.
No.
Fig's gonna
I
dance
mean-
by himself.
Okay.
If you don't want to dance, I'll dance by myself. But you're
Not
always
to be
welcome
rude,
to join.
but just no. I'm gonna get a drink.
Okay. Gonna dance.
So what kind of music do you play, Véda?
I feel like for this crowd, she'd probably play kind of like folksy stuff for this pumpkin town.
Okay. So as you kind of play this like more folky, a jig, keep everyone going. Some people are not into it and kind of wander off and do their own things. And then you have this big furball dancing away to himself. What does his dancing look like?
It's bad.
Okay.
Like, it's not good.
Well,
It's uncoordinated and gangly.
roll a performance check.
Oh god. Okay.
Nat 20.
Here we go.
Go. 6.
Yeah. It goes with it. The storytelling is in the role.
It's real bad.
It's like Mac from Always Sunny, just like
Yeah, it's just all elbows.
yeah,
Just
It's
karate
essentially just
dancing.
kind of fighting. Yeah.
swinging his staff around, hit someone in the face. Jean-Luc of the Golden Grain kind of claps his hands as you finish off your set, and as the night falls into the late evening, we shall end the first session there. Congratulations on surviving, everyone.
Well done, boys.
Yeah.
Sandy, I can't believe any character called John Luke. I just like can't not just fill it in with Picard afterwards every time.
It's really hard.
Every time you said it, I'm like, oh, keep a straight face.
Jean-Luc Picard. Yeah. When I was writing it, I was just like, oh, it's just Picard. I just want to do
Why
Picard.
did you pick it then?
Because Jean Luc's a great name.
It is. It's very
Alright, fair enough.
French.
Yeah,
It is.
Jean Luc.
I used to work with a girl called Jen,
Mm.
and her name like on the rota and stuff was like Genevieve. But she grew up in France, so it was actually Geneviève. I was like, ooh,
Oh.
So we will
so fancy.
we will end that session there. Thank you everyone for listening and sticking with us for this whole first episode. Hopefully we'll do more. If you're listening to this, it's probably going well. And
No one's dead yet.
yes.
Hopefully it's not as sad. This got took a real sad turn.
I mean, that's D&D though.
Is
I
it?
feel like
Kinda. It's my D&D.
It's
in my
your
mind
D&D.
it's like over the garden wall vibes. That sad,
Yes,
sad.
that's what-
melancholy
that's what
walking
I
away. Super weird
I was
pumpkin
gonna
sound.
say, by like Sandy standards, some guy's family all being dead and his farm getting burned down is not that bad.
Yeah, quite easy actually.
Yeah.
Which says a lot for Sandy's D&D playing style.
Yeah.
I
So,
guess.
if I think if we are happy with it and it will do well, I'll put everyone's kind of information of all the stuff wherever we post this up, so we can follow everyone there. But like, if you want to find anyone, you can always zoom it back to the start and pick it up there. Thanks for listening, and let us know if you enjoyed it down in the comments. And we shall see you next time on Draw Your Swords.